online at MackeyMotors.com. Tonight, the Kuemper Knights enter the third and final week of non-district play, still seeking that first win of the season. They enter tonight 0-2, and they face another tough test as they welcome the. Once again, Kuemper finishes up a tough, woulda, coulda, shoulda, tough loss at Heelan, and last week's 10-point loss at home to Underwood. This is a Kuemper team dealing with some key injuries already. Where do they stand 2 weeks?
Last week, made a couple mistakes, but didn't get things done that we needed to against a really good ball club from Underwood. Tonight we play another really good ball club, and you certainly can't say that Coach Steinkamp didn't challenge his kids with the schedule that he's put together. This is a really, really good team that we're going to play tonight in AHSTW, coming off a very solid season a year ago. Going to be a test for the Knights, especially when you consider the injuries that we got with DJ Benami being out, along with Evan Adams being out. So, you know what? Next man up. You gotta step up and go out there and play. And I think we'll compete with these guys pretty well tonight.
AHSTW's offense is averaging 52.5 points and 390 yards per game through 2 weeks. Kuemper, 16.5 points. They're averaging over 320 yards, but again, you talk about DJ Benami out, so Brock Bading gets a second week to start at quarterback. Missing a key piece on the offensive line with Evan Adams. He went out last week, and running the football has not been a strength for this team. You take out your key offensive linemen.
That's somewhere in our arsenal. Losing Adams tonight really hurts us a lot. Last week we were without DJ at the quarterback position, and especially tonight, the team that we play is not real big. They're probably bigger than we are, at the skill positions, but they're not real big. We've got to be able to run the football to give Brock a chance when he's throwing. Otherwise, if he's back there just trying to throw, they're going to put the rush on, and it's going to be a challenge for us. But now you talk about running the football. This team runs the football. They've got two very, very good backs, in one a running back and one their quarterback, but they can put the miles on when they get the football in their hands.
Camden Sukup is the junior quarterback. We'll talk his passing numbers for just a moment. 227 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Nothing too shabby there through 2 weeks, but for a quarterback, a couple rushing touchdowns. And then you've got Luke Sternberg, the junior. We'll say his name quite a bit tonight. He gets the bulk of the carries. 18 carries, 248 yards this season, and 5 touchdowns. He does have 1 catch this season as well, but Sternberg carries the ball well, has 3 kick returns on the season for 2 touchdowns. When you're a kick returner and your average is 70 yards per on the season in 3 different aspects of the game, Sternberg will be a force tonight that Kuemper has to watch.
Well, he's 6'1", 185, and I just saw him down on the field in pretty much solid muscle. You got to try to keep the ball away from him. You just try to contain him, because not only is he big and strong, he like Sukup, very fast. Once they get into the secondary, it's going to be difficult to catch him. So again, guess. Because this team is going to run the football, they just got to play good physical football, which we probably haven't done that as well as we need to in our offensive and defensive line so far this year.
A couple key numbers on the defensive side for AHSTW that I think bode well for Kuemper, or at least present opportunities. You talk about size. They're not a team that has an overpowering size look to them. Their defense, 11 starters, only 1 guy weighs over 200 pounds, 10 of their 11 starters under 200. So that defensive line, if Kuemper, with a not 100% offensive line, Evan Adams is out, if they can control the line of scrimmage tonight, they'll feel pretty good about their chances. But again, not a big defense, not a big defensive line. If Kuemper struggles to run the football tonight, that could be trouble.
Yeah, it could be a long night, because the other team's going to score. We know AHSTW is going to score. We've got to be able to match the physicality up front, especially on the offensive line standpoint. Give Kent Sanders a chance to run the ball. Give Brock Bading a chance to throw the ball. We've got good receivers. We know if we can get it in their hands and get it in their general direction, they're going to come down with it. But we've got to be able to run the ball first.
This is the Mackey Motors pregame show, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City and online at MackeyMotors.com. You're listening to 1380 KCIM Carroll and 95.1 FM. You can tell your smart speaker to play KCIM, and of course you can take us with you on the go anytime with the CB Sports Network app and at sports.1380kcim.com. You can listen in tonight. You can listen in every night. Let's run through the schedule before we get to tonight's starting lineups. Over on Kick 106.7, the Carroll Tigers are over in Denison tonight with a matchup against the Monarchs. KC Miners has the call there along with Nate Durner. And over on KKRL, Audubon is down at Exira Elkhorn Kimballton. Jeff Blankman and Randy Spees on the call there. One of the most exciting games last week, East Sac picking up a victory over OABCIG on field goals. What a win. They are at Missouri Valley tonight. South Central Calhoun, they had just an absolutely dominant win over a ranked opponent a week ago, Southwest Valley. They will host Riverside tonight. ICAM Manning is at home against Earlham. Arweva hosts Siouxland Christian. We had some really good games last week around the area. That Arweva-Glidden-Ralston game was something as well. Coon Rapids-Baird hosting Collins-Maxwell, and Glidden-Ralston, they're at home against Colo-Nesco. So most of our schools tonight are at home, with the exception of Audubon, East Sac, and Carroll. We will pause for the national anthem and Gatorade broadcast booth in a moment. Gatorade distributed. We'll pause and be back with your starting lineups for tonight. A matchup of the 2-0 AHSTW Vikings and the 0-2 Kuemper Knights. You're listening to 1380 KCIM and 95.1 FM. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need.
Our colors this evening are displayed by the Maurice Dunn, host of the
They have it all.
Carroll American
All
Legion.
the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Classes as a freshman here, it gets him more prepared and gets them the transition from high school to college is very nice to have that.
Smaller campus, so it's a lot easier to know where you're going. It's hard to get lost here, and there's always a smiling face to help you if you don't know where you're going.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
This is Iowa.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
This is Iowa, and Avela Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avela Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avela Bank, member FDIC.
Athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Tonight's pregame show, as always, is brought to you by Mackey Motors of Lake City, recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City and online at MackeyMotors.com. A matchup between Kuemper and AHSTW, a pair of teams coming in with opposite records. The Vikings 2-0 and the Knights 0-2. Can Kuemper pick up that first win of the season? I don't think going into district play 0-3 is something Kuemper had on their radar going into the season, but again, you've talked about it. We mentioned it in the Heelan game. I'm sure you talked about it last week. We've already touched on it tonight. It's no cakewalk of a schedule that Coach Steinkamp and the football team put together for non-district. Get yourself ready for when it matters most, and hopefully they get some of these key pieces back that they're out that are out with injury.
Yeah, they go out and play a tough schedule like this. You know, I don't know what the district looks like, but I can bet that there's not going to be too many teams that are tougher than any of the three that we play in these first three ball games.
Next week, Kuemper will travel to Roland Story. I'll have the game, and hopefully you can join us over on Kick 106.7 1 week from tonight. In 2 weeks, Kuemper will travel to Greene County, and then they will host Des Moines Christian on the 29th. I would assume that'll be homecoming night for the Kuemper Knights. Kuemper will travel to Saydell on October 6th, and then wrap up their regular season on the 13th of October, hosting Southeast Valley. I know Kuemper and Southeast Valley have put on some good battles over the years, and this year, who knows, maybe that'll be a battle for the district championship in that final week of the regular season. Get the calendar out, circle October 20th. That's when the postseason will begin for 2A and below. Again, tonight, Kuemper is in 2A, District 8, AHSTW. They come out at 1A, District 8. You're listening to KCIM. I'm Nick Brincks with Doug Waniger, and we will get to tonight's starting lineups here in just a moment. Let's make a note, too. Tuesday mornings, we give away a sack of groceries with the sack of the game, thanks to Market on 30. We do that each and every week during the regular season this football season. Stop into Market on 30 and sign up to win the sack of the game. A winner will be announced every Tuesday morning on KCIM Sports Rewind, a program that airs at 9:30 each and every Tuesday morning. The Market on 30 in the BP Plaza. Tonight's starters will begin with your Kuemper Knights. Second start for sophomore Brock Bading at quarterback. A couple touchdown tosses and 3 interceptions a week ago. Did throw for 259 yards. Kent Sanders, the junior, is the leading running back. 37 carries, 131 yards. Still seeking his first touchdown of the year. Jake Hausman, a senior running back as well. The 3 receivers. A pair of seniors, Michael Kasperbauer and Ben Gherkin, along with Carson Canny, a junior. Kasperbauer with a touchdown on 6 catches. Gherkin with 2 touchdowns, 7 catches. Most of that damage coming against Heelan, touchdown and catch-wise. He did rack up a good number of yards on his pair of catches a week ago. And then the offensive line for Kuemper, again, they are without Evan Adams, the senior. He's been walking around holding that elbow very gingerly on his right arm. So John Antover, the junior, gets the start at left tackle, although we use left and right very fluidly here because they'll flip-flop depending on which way they want to run. Normally you kind of look for Adams. Which side is he on? That's probably where they're running the football. We'll see how John Antover does in his spot. Kyle Sundrup, the junior guard, along with the center, junior Hayden Vanami. And on the other side of the line, Sean Wittrock, the junior, Bryce Wiskus, a senior. So that's Kuemper's offense, and we're ready for kickoff.
And we're starting with the ball. Kuemper, I don't know if they didn't announce who won the coin flip, but they did say Kemper's going to start with the football. So we're going to be going south to north, right to left on our radio.
We'll give you AHSTW's defense as this opening possession gets underway in a moment. You're listening to KCIM Carroll. I am Nick Brincks. He is Doug Waniger. We've got Travis Brincks manning our video coverage tonight. You can find our live video stream on youtube.com/@Carroll Broadcasting Sports. Set to kick it away, junior Caden Baxter. He'll kick it from left to right from the 40, a squib down the middle, hops at the 24 into the arms of the up man at the 16-yard line, and Jake Hausman runs across the 25 and gets out to the 29 on a shallow kick. Kuemper's offense will trot onto the field under the direction of sophomore Brock Bading under center. Kuemper in red jerseys, white bottoms, white helmets, and we've got a fumble, and it was recovered by AHSTW. Not the way Kuemper wanted to start this one. Hausman must have lost control of it down at the 29-yard line, and I don't think they had that drawn up to start the ball game for Kuemper.
Yeah, no argument from Hausman, from Jake as he comes out of the pile, but I didn't see the ball come out, but they must have peeled it away from him underneath once they got below, and Kuemper starts with the with their backs to the wall, and HSTW going to be at their Kuemper 29-yard line.
So already a turnover, and we are 9 seconds in on the kick return. And AHSTW will come out of the shotgun formation. Junior Camden Sukup, actually that is him. He spins out of one tackle, off to the right side, takes off inside the 25, and will pick up an easy 6. Sukup, averaging 20 yards or so per carry, will pick up 6 on first down to the right.
You can see why he's getting the yardage he does. Just a great spin move, turned that into about what was going to be just a short gain into a 7-yard gain or 6-yard gain. Nice job at Kobe Pierce from his defensive tackle position coming along to make the tackle, along with getting help from Will Simons.
We'll give you the starters for the AHSTW Vikings, since we did not get a chance to talk about their defense with Kuemper fumbling it away after this 2nd down and 4. We will give you the rest of the offense, or as much as we can. Out of the pistol, they'll give it to the tailback, and here's Luke Sternberg, the junior, on his first carry of the game. He'll have a first down to the 18-yard line, make it the 17. It's a gain of 6, 2 6-yard carries to open the game for this Viking offense. Sternberg, the junior, with 5 rushing touchdowns on the year. He'll be in the backfield with Caden Baxter, a junior. 4 catches for 3 touchdowns for Baxter. The tight end is Gavin Newcomb, a senior. Receivers, a pair of seniors, Nick Denning and Seth Pope. And I'll give you the offensive line after this first down. In the red zone, AHSTW at the 17. High snap, they give it to Sternberg again. And Kuemper's defensive line bottles him up. He'll pick up maybe 2. He'll get to the 15. And the red jerseys keep him contained for a short gain. That offensive line for AHSTW tonight, from left to right, sophomore Caden Jorgensen, Tristan Watson, a sophomore. The center is Sawyer Kiesel, a senior. Right guard Henry Lund, a junior, and sophomore Jackson Shutters. 2nd down and 8, and that's the AHSTW offense. We'll try to give you Kuemper's defense on this possession as well. 2nd and 8 in the red zone for the Vikings, left to right from the 15. He'll toss it right out of the throw, and he'll throw it to the end zone, incomplete. We've got a flag down. There were more red jerseys than white jerseys, and that might be an automatic first down. We'll wait on the call, but incomplete for the moment.
Yeah, it's going to be a pass interference call, I think, against John Bass back in the corner of the end zone. John was in good position, but they were just bumping into one another. The official saw something he didn't like, and I think the flag's going to be interference.
Camden Sukup rolled out to his right and tossed it incomplete. Here's the defense for Kuemper. On that defensive line, you've got Will Simons and Bryce Wiskus, a pair of seniors. Wiskus playing in place of Evan Adams tonight. Defensive tackles are junior Kobe Pierce and senior Kyle Sundrup. The linebackers, Kent Sanders, a junior, Tate Barrett, a junior, Jake Earlbeck, a senior. Here's the 2nd down and 1 carry. It was half the distance, not an automatic first down. They're going to wrap him up in the backfield on a designed run, and they sniffed it out, and we've got a flag at the 10-yard line for the moment, a loss of 2 on the carry. And I would assume either a hold or maybe something, maybe extracurriculars, grabbing face masks, things like that.
Yeah, they're talking to the Knights, so it must be against AHSTW.
For the moment, a 2-yard loss on the keep for Sukup, and it will be against the defense, actually, and it looks like it was a personal foul. Half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, they saw something they didn't like, but those are the kind of mistakes that we can't have because we had the stop. We've got a number 52 or 62 out there. I can't read that number, but 62 is not on our roster, but it sure looks like 62.
On Kuemper's defensive line?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm seeing it too.
Yeah, it's 62, but we don't have a 62 in the lineup.
We'll have to check on that and see if somebody's wearing a different jersey tonight.
If anybody's listening and has my cell phone number.
Oh, looks like maybe Lucas Deal. It might have been a late ad.
Oh, okay, Lucas.
Freshman.
All right. Yeah. Okay, yeah, he was brought up as a result of Adams getting out, so.
All right, we'll make a note of that.
Get that one listed in there.
So they do have a freshman.
Big, strong kid.
First down and goal from the 5-yard line, and Sukup will hand it off. They fake it. He keeps it himself, and he's in for his 3rd touchdown carry of the season. Straight up the middle. He'll take it for 5 with 9:32 to play, opening quarter.
Yeah, just a good job of the offensive line opening up that hole. And we can see why these kids have got the yards that they do. They're quick, strong, and evasive.
2 carries and now a touchdown for Camden Sukup, the junior. Takes it in. He's got 15 carries, 3 touchdowns, and a lot of yards through now 2+ games here. As with week 3 is underway, Kuemper turns it over on the opening kickoff. They give up a short field and a touchdown. Kuemper will take it when we return down 7-0 with the AHSTW Vikings on top. Back in 30 seconds on KCIM.
Hi, this is Dr. Mulbauer from McFarland Clinic.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with...
Out of bounds, Kuemper will have it at their own 37-yard line, and they'll try to wipe away that fumble and the ensuing touchdown for AHSTW and try to claw their way back here. 63 yards to go to pay dirt with 9:25 to go in the first quarter on KCIM and on YouTube at Carroll Broadcasting Sports.
Really nice block on the edge there by his return partner, Carson Canny.
Brock baiting under out of the shotgun. He'll hand it off and nowhere to go for the running back. They give it to Kent Sanders. He'll lose one back to the 36-yard line. And Sanders, he did a nice job against Heelan. Again, Kuemper's offensive line has struggled this season. He did what he could. He's got 37 carries, 131 yards on the season, but just not a lot of penetration up front. 2nd down and 11. They'll come out of the shotgun, trips, and they get the defense to jump. But were they drawn off? I don't believe so. If it stands, it'll be Charlie Lane, the junior, that got offside.
The line judge quickly, he didn't throw his flag, interestingly enough, but he did signal the penalty of encroachment.
That'll move Kuemper out to their own 41-yard line. We are 3 minutes in, 7-0, AHSTW out front, taking advantage of Kuemper's fumble on the opening kickoff. 2nd down and 6.
It's early, but I think Kuemper's got to answer that early touchdown.
Houseman in motion, lines up on the left side. They'll pitch it out to Sanders, has a seam near sideline outside the numbers, and he'll be tripped up after a 1st down carry. He gets to the 47-yard line, right at the sticks. I think it will be enough to move the chains. It is. 2 carries and now 5 yards for Sanders, just behind midfield at their own 47. Kuemper working in the running game here to start. 1st down and 10 from their own 47. After this play, we'll start.
Kent Sanders.
Yeah, we'll try to give you their offense. Sanders handoff in the backfield, wrapped up, and will go down for a loss of 1. 3 carries, 2 losses for a yard for Sanders. Let's give you that Kuemper offense, the key pieces, because we did actually get through the offense in our pregame show. So actually, let's take you through AHSTW's defense. That defensive line is anchored on each end by Kyler Sandbothy, a junior, and Charlie Lane, a junior, on the other side, anchored in the middle by Logan Heller, a senior, and Henry Lund. Quick pass, first of the game for the Knights. They'll slant it on the right side. Houseman from Baiting. They'll take it for 6 across midfield to the 47.
Good job by Brock Baiting, dropping back. Quick slant in there by Houseman. Picks up 6 on that play, leaves the Knights with a 3rd and 4.
The linebackers for AHSTW are Caden Baxter and Blake Akers, a pair of juniors. Safety is Nick Denning, a senior. A couple corners, Nick Sternberg, a junior. Camden Sukup, a junior. Screen pass out of the backfield, left side, dumped off in the flat, and nowhere to go. Loss on the play back to the 49. They lose 2. Back-to-back catches by Houseman on tosses from Baiting, and now we'll see if the offense stays out to go for it. They're at the 50. That goes down as a loss of 3, actually.
I'm guessing they're going to try to draw them offside here, maybe take the penalty if they can't draw them off, but and get themselves maybe into a 4th and 1 manageable situation.
A couple other defensive backs for AHSTW, Seth Pope and Gavin Newcomb, a pair of seniors. 4th and 7. They do pick up 5. And that'll move it to 4th down and 2. And now I would think they probably go for it.
Yeah, now they might go for it.
So 2 offside penalties on this drive for AHSTW. We are 5 minutes in, 6:54 to go. Vikings 7, Knights scoreless, just past midfield at the 45. 4th down and 2. The offense will stay out there after they've drawn them off for the 2nd time. And they'll break huddle, and the sophomore goes to work. Brock Baiting out of the shotgun, empty backfield. Trips left, 1 receiver right. Trying to get the defense to jump offside again using the hard count. Baiting now checks the call from the sideline. 4th down and 2. Takes the snap, takes off and runs with it, and I think he'll be shy of the 1st. He has stood up It was 4th and 2. He picks up 1, but it's not enough. And Brock Bading and the Kuemper Knights come up short on 4th and 2.
Yeah, the defensive line, they're not real big, but they're quick and they're fast, and they just shucked all of our blockers and held Bading to about a 1-yard gain. And Knights going to turn it on over to AHSTW. The Vikings going to take over on their own 44-yard line with a first down.
So AHSTW now will have their second drive of the night. The first one, they took it at Kuemper's 29 or so yard line. This time they'll take it at their own 44-yard line. Great field position to start. We'll see how Kuemper's defense reacts. And I'll take you through Kuemper's defense on this drive. Here's the fake handoff. Sukup rolls out to his left in trouble. He'll be wrapped up and sacked. First man in. Took 2 to bring him down.
Kyle Sundrup on the tackle. Good job by Kyle.
Sundrup, the first one in, and then I see
Kobe Pierce.
Yeah, Pierce, he came in to help just in case he needed it. And we've got our first sack of the game for Kuemper's defense. Loss of 5 on the play as Sukup goes nowhere. And again, that was all courtesy of Sundrup on that defensive line. So make a note of that for our sack of the game. We'll talk about that later. Second down and 15 now from their own 39. Out of the shotgun, handoff up the middle, and they get back 2 of the yards on the carry up the middle by Luke Sternberg, the junior, for his 3rd carry of the night. He's got 10 yards, 3rd down and 13, and Kuemper's defense could really use a stop here early on as their offense has only been on the field once, turned it over on downs, and special teams has also turned it over once.
Yeah, that defensive tackle, that situation right there is exactly how the Knights got to play defense. They've got to play good team defense, wrap up like they did, and hopefully they can stop them here on 3rd and 13.
From their own 40-yard line, out of the shotgun, Sukup's got Sternberg to his left hip. 2 receivers, 1 on each side, a couple tight ends to the left side too. They'll pitch it out left side, Sternberg, 3rd and long, wrapped up in the backfield.
And that should have been a holding penalty because he was holding on to Will Simons as he made a great play from his right defensive end position. Got the tackle on Sternberg and held him to a loss, actually, and is going to force him to punt.
So the defense answers for the Knights. They get the sack, and then they get the pitch out on the left side, tackle for a loss, and a couple nice plays already from that defensive line. Sundrup and then Simons. 4th down and 17. Punting situation now. Logan Heller, a senior, will punt for the first time this season. They have not needed his services. It's over his head. Back to the 15, the 10. He'll have to pick it up. He'll get rid of it. It's blocked. Blocked. Picked up by the Knights at the 12, and they'll dive on it. But what a turn of events for Kuemper, as special teams has turned it away twice now, 1 on each side.
I think Kobe Pierce came up with the ball from his tackle position, but it's just one of those situations. They hadn't punted yet. That was their first punt, and lo and behold, it goes well over his head. He was lucky to pick it up and even get anything on it, but Knights in good position here. They got to take advantage of this situation.
Won't go down as a turnover, but I think officially we'll call it a blocked punt, but that was a disaster from the start. That went well over his head. And the senior Logan Heller hasn't done that in a game yet this season. First punt attempt, it didn't work out. 1st and 10 now. Kuemper takes it in the red zone from the 13. Up the middle, they give it to the tailback, and it's Kent Sanders out to the 10 for a pickup of 3 with 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. And it's actually KCIM Pierce on the carry, his first of the game.
Yeah, Pierce, big, strong running back. Stands about 5'11", goes about 185. A little bit stronger than Kent, but we're going to need more help in that offensive line. We haven't scored an offensive touchdown yet on the ground this year.
All in the air. 5 passing touchdowns, along with 5 interceptions in the passing game. No rushing scores, and we've got a whistle and we've got a flag on Kuemper's offense this time. I saw cheers from the defense, and it will be against Kuemper's, I think that may be called a false start. So it'll be back to the 15-yard line, behind the sticks, and 2nd down and 12 coming up in the red zone. 3:47 left first quarter here on KCIM and on YouTube at Carroll Broadcasting Sports. Alongside Doug Waniger, I'm Nick Brincks. Thanks so much for joining us here tonight.
Yeah, Kuemper's just as dangerous from the 20 as they are from the 15, the way their offense operates. Gives our receivers Casper Bauer and Canny and Gherkin a little bit more opportunity to find some space.
They sent a man in motion. That's Canyon. He is wrapped up. He was almost tackled as the ball was being placed in his chest on the sweep to the right. Loss of a couple on the play, back to the 17, and it'll bring up 3rd down and 14 with a timeout taken here. That one was blown up from the start.
Blake Akers was in the backfield before Canny even got the football, and he slams Carson to the turf. Carson did not have a chance.
7-0 Vikings. The Knights are in the red zone, but they have gone backwards on a couple plays in a row here, courtesy of a 5-yard penalty and then a loss on a carry. 3:28 remaining opening quarter. Great to be with you tonight from the Gatorade broadcast booth. Gatorade distributed by Pepsi Beverages in Carroll, helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Alongside Doug Waniger, I am Nick Brincks, back with you for the second time in 3 weeks. We were in Sioux City just a couple of weeks ago, and I think we both and maybe some Kuemper coaches and players still have nightmares about that game. How that played out for Kuemper. Just a coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah, we definitely should have one win on the in the win column this year, but unfortunately we don't. Hopefully get a chance to do it here. We got 3rd down and 13 now for a 1st down, but I got a feeling the Knights are going to be looking at the end zone. But again, we just need protection from our offensive line.
Expecting the pass here. They'll send trips out to the right. Simons along with Canny and Casper Bauer. Gherkin, the lone man, on the left. Baiting looks right. Pump fakes left. Airs it out. End zone open. It's caught for Ben Gherkin's touchdown. Number 3 on the year from 18 yards out. Touchdown, 3:21 to go. First quarter, Kuemper.
Benny put in a nice move down there on the left side, spun out. Pass was a little bit behind him, so he had to go down to the turf to catch it, but caught it as he was falling backwards. Puts the Knights on the board 7-6 now with the extra point forthcoming.
A chance to tie it after a turnover and a turnover on downs. It goes down as a 17-yard touchdown catch in the end zone, falling down, making the grab, and Ben Gherkin back to his touchdown grabbing ways. 8 catches, 3 scores on the year, and Tommy Fitzsimmons on for the extra point. Has struggled to start this season, a couple blocked against Heelan, but it's through and true. 7-7, 3:21 to go, first quarter. We're all tied up. Back in a minute on KCIM.
Hi, this is Terry with Avela Bank. We hope all
St. Anthony Regional Hospital, the regional leader in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
Dr. Suppy and Dr. Janning work closely with area athletes.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Grinnell Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792.
We're back in Carroll at Carroll Athletic Field. The Knights just connected on a 17-yard pass from Brock Baiting to Ben Gherkin. Their first touchdown combo of the season. Gherkin's 2 touchdowns in week 1 were thrown by DJ Vanami on the ensuing kick return. It'll be the first non-touchback for Tommy Fitzsimmons this year. It'll be run out by Sternberg out to the 24, and that's big. Something I didn't mention in our pregame show, but we talked about off air. Sternberg has 2 kick return touchdowns this year for AHSTW, averaging 70 yards per return on his 3, and this time Kuemper holds him to just a few yards, and they'll have it at their own 24.
Ethan Fitzhenry, the senior wide receiver, defensive back, down on that tackle. Good job of kick coverage there by the Knights.
Both teams have scored touchdowns. Nobody has more than 26 yards of offense. Special teams issues will do that. Short fields, and now the offense is pushed back. And that was a battle that Sternberg had blown up from the get-go. Kuemper comes in and pushes him back. He does pick up 1. I believe it was one of the linebackers, maybe Kent Sanders, to push him back.
Kent Sanders just drilled him right in the chest, stood him up, and knocked him right straight backwards. Great tackle by Kent Sanders, but more than that, it was a good job by the defensive line as well of opening that up so our linebackers could get the penetration they needed.
7-7 tie, 2:45 to go first quarter on KCIM and streaming on YouTube, youtube.com/@Carroll Broadcasting Sports. Second down and 9 as they send a motion man, Caden Baxter, from right to left. Out of the pistol, they hand it off. They give it to the tailback, Sternberg, running hard, shifty running, out across the 30, straight up the middle to the 33. He'll get 9, and that will he'll pick up about 6, and he's out to the 32.
Yeah, the Knights can't give him that kind of yardage. He really is very shifty with his feet, knows how to find that hole, but we've got to do a better job of tackling when we have the opportunity.
Kuemper will have it. If they can get a stop here, perhaps. In a tie ball game right now. 2 minutes to go first quarter. AHSTW will have third down and 1 from their own 33. Out of the pistol once again. It's Sukup with Sternberg behind. They give it to Sternberg. He's up the middle. He's got the first down, and it's the linebackers bringing him down again with Sanders out at the 41. He gains 8, and that's more than enough to move the chains for Luke Sternberg, the junior running back for AHSTW.
Really good job by the center, 67 Sawyer Kiesel and Henry Lund creating a hole there.
First and 10 from their own 41. Kuemper might have 12 guys out there.
Well, we got the freshman checking back in as
Wiskus comes out. So they've got Lucas Deal, that freshman, playing some big minutes early on here. From their own 41, AHSTW fakes it, looks to hand it off. They faked it, they toss it, they go deep. They've got a first down across midfield, and they dump it off to their tight end, Gavin Newcomb, and he takes it out to the 44, and it's a gain on the play of, we'll call it, 17.
Sukup, very elusive, ran out, had good pressure on him. He just got rid of that, rolling out right, got rid of the football, and found a receiver for a nice gain at the Knight 44-yard line.
Gavin Newcomb with his third catch of the season, 15 yards on the carry. They're at the 44 of Kuemper now. New set of sticks.
7-7.
AHSTW in a tie ball game with your Kuemper Knights under a minute to go. Clock down at 45. First quarter moving quickly. High snap, 2 receivers left in trouble. Kuemper's defense with good pressure. Dump off in the flat, immediately hit and push back. They dump it off to Sternberg. He will pick up 3 with forward progress, and that'll bring up second down.
Talk about the freshman coming in the ball game. He got good pressure. He had Sukup right where he wanted him, and Sukup just kind of lofted it over him for the first down, and then a good tackle by Kent Sanders to hold him to just a 3-yard gain.
They do not have to run a play if they don't want to, as there are 8 seconds difference between the play clock and the game clock. Second down and 7, and I think we'll see that at the other end of the field. We were through 1 here on KCIM. 7-7 Kuemper and AHSTW in this week 3, final week of non-district play for everybody below Class 3A. We go to the second quarter in 1 minute with AHSTW having the football. Second down and 7 when we return in a minute. You're listening to 1380 KCIM and 95.1 FM.
One of the best kept secrets in Carroll is JP Flooring. I was looking to replace the floor in a couple rooms at home. It can be super overwhelming with all of the options available. I popped by JP Flooring and was super surprised and impressed with the showroom and selection. I had no idea how extensive their product lines were. They have a designer on staff that helped me narrow down what I was looking for. When you change your floors, it changes the whole character of a room. I used their product visualizer and could literally see in advance what the styles would look like in my room. I totally recommend JP Flooring in Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself after you pull it. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
AHSTW football, they were on the board first, 2.5 minutes in. Took advantage of a Kuemper opening kick return fumble Short field, a few plays later, a 5-yard touchdown run for the quarterback, Camden Sukup. Second down, they hand it off on a sweep right side. Sternberg looks for the sticks, dives out of bounds on the far sideline. I think he'll come up a yard short, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 1.
Gavin Newcomb did a really nice job of sealing that edge and gave Sternberg the corner. Picked up a good 4 or 5 yards on that play, but just a good strong runner. I think the Knights they're really going to have to get aggressive with their cornerbacks and their linebackers to come up to make those tackles.
Early second quarter, 7-7 tie here on KCIM, 1380 AM and 95.1 FM. We come to you from the Gatorade broadcast booth along with Doug Waniger. I'm Nick Brincks. Gatorade distributed by Pepsi Beverages in Carroll, helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. On 3rd and 1, they had Sternberg bottled up for a loss. He spins away, still on his feet, finally brought down inside the 20. Should have been 4th and 3. Instead, in the red zone, a pickup of 16, and Sternberg shows right there how dangerous he is if you don't wrap him up.
Yeah, Lucas Deal got into the backfield immediately. I mean, he blew off from his right defensive end position. He was in the backfield, but you'll find out how strong these kids are because he tried to arm tackling, and that's not going to work. You got to wrap him up with both arms. Knights would have had a 4th and 3. Now, as it is, it's 1st and 10 on our 19.5.
AHSTW in white headed to DMAC here. 1st down and 10 in the red zone. Sukup out of the shotgun, wrapped up, spun away. Won't be brought down the first time. It'll take 3 or 4 attempts. They finally bring him down, and they sack him back at the 23-yard line. Anybody's call who gets credit for the sack there, as he had nowhere to go and not a lot of time to get there.
Again, great penetration. Jake Earlbeck got in there from his right side linebacker position. Had Sukup right where he wanted him, and he just spun away from him. We've just got to wrap up with both arms, make those tackles. That's 2 sacks, 2 big sacks that we had and just lost out.
It still goes down as a sack, but he did save a couple yards with his extra effort. And it'll be 2nd down and 14. They hand it off on the sweep. Sternberg cuts outside his blocker. He'll be upended with a flag down right at the spot where that block and tackle was made. Looks like Carson Canny comes up from his safety position to make the tackle, and it'll bring up probably 2nd down and longer after this flag was about 6 yards shy of the 1st down. 10:32 remaining in the first half. I don't believe we got through Kuemper's secondary in that first quarter. Let's do that right now. We mentioned Carson Canny, the junior safety, making the tackle there. Won't matter because it was a holding call. Jake Hausman, the senior, strong safety. And then the corners are Ben Gherkin, a senior, and John Bass, a senior. So 2nd and 14, wipe off the nice gain on the ground, and it becomes 2nd down back at the 27-yard line, 18 to go for AHSTW.
7-7, 10:26 left here in the first half. The Knights need to get a stop here, keep them off the board.
Fake handoff, Sukup under pressure, tosses it off to the left side, dumps it off in the flat to the left. Caden Baxter Jr. could not get there. That was well out in front, and the first incompletion of the night for AHSTW's Camden Sukup.
The Knights doing a good job of disguising their blitzes. Tate Barrett came in from the middle linebacker position that time and put pressure on Sukup and forced him to throw kind of a wounded duck out there that fell harmlessly to the ground.
Tate Barrett, Kuemper's leading tackler this season, came in with 18.5, 1 sack, 5 tackles for loss. 3rd and long, 18 to go from the 27. Sukup steps back, rolls out to his left. The right-handed thrower tosses it, looking in traffic, incomplete. And I think Jake Hausman was the closest receiver from his secondary position, and that falls incomplete. Probably lucky that fell harmlessly to the ground for AHSTW. It's 4th down.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting situation now. That was intended, I think, for Caden Baxter, but it was well over his head. And the Knights dodge a bullet there, but still 4th and 16. This is one of those plays where you got to make a stop here. You remember a play up in Sioux City?
Oh, I do. From the 42-yard line,
yep.
3rd down and 28. Kuemper gives up a touchdown, and I guarantee you, that's going through Coach Steinkamp's mind right here. Don't let that happen. 4th and 17 from the 27. They're not attempting the 44-yard field goal. We've got a whistle now and a timeout, I believe.
Yeah, I think Kuemper called a timeout.
Looks like AHSTW is going to take the timeout. 10:08 to go in the second quarter. We're still tied at 7. Kuemper's defense has 4th and 17 that they're looking to prevent something crazy happening for AHSTW. Back in 30 seconds on KCIM.
Napa is your trusted source for automotive parts, accessories, and know-how for your car, truck, SUV, and farm equipment. We offer a complete performance machine shop, extensive tool and equipment department, and hydraulic hoses while you wait. So whether it's a replacement part for your daily driver or you are just in need for a professional machine shop, you can trust your locally owned and operated Napa store. Make it a point to stop in and see the pros. Napa Highway 30 West in Carroll. Napa, we are so much more than a parts store.
It'll be 4th down and 17 from the 27-yard line. AHSTW serves Avoca, Hancock, Shelby, Walnut, and Tennant. Not in that order, obviously, but 4th down, 17. We had to Google it. We had to make sure we had all 5 communities wrapped up in the alphabet soup. 4th down, offense on the field to go for it. They need the 10 for a first down. Sternberg in motion. Sukup out of the shotgun. Looks to throw. Looks to run. Tosses it. Hit as he threw. It's caught inside the 10, and it's a 1st and goal. But Kuemper is saying incomplete. I don't know why anyone thought that was incomplete, but they give up 4th down and 17 on a 19-yard throw, and there were about 3 red jerseys surrounding the receiver, and they couldn't do anything with it. Caden Baxter brings it in.
Those are plays you gotta make that stop. We had a good defensive penetration from Lucas Deal, again from his right side. He had Sukup in his arms and put him to the ground as he threw it, but nonetheless, first down for them on the 9-yard line.
Whatever happens now will be something that Kuemper remembers if it's a touchdown. It's a keeper for the quarterback. He'll be stopped shy down to the 3-yard line. He faked the handoff, swings out to the right, picks up about 5, and Sukup keeps it on the carry.
Good hard tackle by John Bass coming up from his cornerback position, but not before he got clear down to the 3-yard line.
There's a big basketball clinic going on this weekend, and a special guest here in attendance tonight. We've got Nick Nurse, head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, championship-winning coach of the Toronto Raptors. He is here tonight, sitting over by Travis, running our video camera coverage as it's a touchdown carry for Sternberg. He's in for his 6th of the season, this one from 3 yards out, and the touchdown puts AHSTW on top 13-7 with 8:58 to play in the first half.
Yeah, that was a defensive breakdown there by the Knights. Really good blocking by the offensive line. The backs coming up, getting a good hit, but nonetheless, going to be 13-7 with the extra point forthcoming.
3-yard touchdown score for Sternberg. 6 touchdowns on the season. Extra point good. Under 9 minutes to play in quarter number 2. You're listening to Kuemper Football on KCIM and streaming live on YouTube. Search Carroll Broadcasting Sports. Back in 1 minute on KCIM.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Oh, hell no! Not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brincks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brincks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Michael Kasperbauer off the hop, returns it from inside the 5-yard line to the near sideline, out of bounds near the 25-yard line, and helped up by the tackler. And we will see the offensive Kuemper back out there. Nice sportsmanship from Blake Akers, the junior, to help him off the turf. And Kuemper will have it with 8:53 to go in the first half, trailing 14-7.
That's nice to see in high school football. Instead of looking down at him, talking to him, taunting him something, he makes the tackle and reaches down and picks him up and makes sure that he gets up.
Brock Bading, Kason Pierce in the backfield. Shotgun coming, trips to the right. Kuemper will have it at their own 24-yard line. They'll send a man in motion as they've got Tragan Biter on the field. They'll dump it off on a screen pass left side. It's Vanami, Braxton Vanami, the sophomore, picking up his third catch of the year, and he'll take it for 4. A little hesitation from the referee. They'll call it 3, and that'll bring up second down.
Braxton, another one of those really talented athletes that Kuemper has at the wideout position. They're all about, like I said, 5'11", 6 foot, something like that, weigh about 160 to 170. Very good, talented kids.
Here's a dump off in the backfield. That was almost a backwards pass. And
it was.
AHSTW, a heads-up play to jump on it after a little hesitation. But if I'm Kason Pierce, I think I jump on that a little quicker because it looked like that might have been a lateral. They'll call it incomplete, though, 3rd and 7.
Definitely looked from our position like it went backwards. It's probably a throw Brock shouldn't have made because he really didn't have any opportunity to gain anything out of it, and then he put it at Kason's feet. Makes it a very difficult play, but Knight's lucky to get that one back.
No harm, no foul. 3rd down and 7. Kuemper with it at their own 27. 14-7, Vikings lead. Quick pass. It's a slant across the middle and a first down. Biter makes the grab in on this possession, makes the first down catch, and he takes it for 9.
That's where the opportunities are going to be at for Kuemper. They're definitely going to have to, I said they were going to have to run the ball to establish the ground game, but they're not able to run it at all, so we just as well load it up and try to get those wideouts out in space and see if we can catch them open and make the plays.
First catch of the season for Tragan Biter, and that sets up a new set of downs at their own 27. Kuemper will come out now out of the shotgun with Brock baiting. They'll pitch it on the end around up front to Carson Canny, a little sweet play. That's one of those plays where it'll officially go down as a catch on the jet sweep, and they'll take it for 2, just shy of the 40.
Again, they're just dominating the offensive line. Very good tacklers as well. They come up and they wrap up with both hands, 3 or 4 guys on every tackle.
Knights down by a touchdown, second quarter, 7:29 remaining. We've got the Roselle Mutual Insurance halftime show on the way. 2nd down and 8. They'll hand it off. They give it to Pierce, and he is wrapped up. But nice second effort. He keeps the feet churning. He's out to the 43-yard line, was wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, ends up picking up 4. Didn't have a whole lot of help from the offensive line, but Pierce made something happen, dragging a defender. 3rd down and about 4 to go.
This defensive line for the Vikings is proof that you don't have to be big. They're just fast and strong. Logan Heller, the 6', 180-pound defensive tackle, again, was in the backfield before our running back got the ball. Setting up now 3rd and 3.
Empty backfield, 5 receivers, including Kason Pierce in the slot on the left. 2 receivers right, Biter and Vanami. 3rd down and short. Baiting steps back, looks to throw, dumps it off. Wide open, Pierce in the flat. First down across midfield to the 47, and he takes it for a gain of 9.
Nice route by Kason Pierce. Just goes to the hash, turns it kind of a square out. Brock did a good job of finding him, sets it up for the Knights. Now they're moving the ball a little bit. First down at the 48-yard line of the Vikings.
So Biter and Pierce have both picked up their first catches of the season on this drive. Kuemper's in business now across midfield. They'll hurry. 6.5 to go, second quarter. Pierce on the carry up the middle, and he is stood up, nowhere to go. And they had a couple big men there to bring him down very quickly. Henry Lund, the junior, he's the big man anchoring that defensive line. Their only defender starting over 200 pounds. He's at 245, and he made Kason Pierce probably feel that one tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, just good, strong tackling, but our offensive line just not able to handle their defensive line's quickness.
2nd down and 10 after no gain. Pierce in the backfield. He'll stay back to block. Baiting looks to throw. Tosses it. Deep throw. Well out of bounds. Intended for Canny with Sternberg in coverage down at about the 30-yard line. It was either a throw that was off the mark, or he said, I'll just get it close so it's not obvious that I'm throwing it away, and it's 3rd down after the incompletion. Just his 2nd incompletion of the night.
Yeah, Carson wasn't really open on that play, but one thing I want to note there is we kept our backs into block on that. And Pierce with a really good job blocking on number 69, Lund. He's undersized, but did his job and kept lunged off Brock.
Ben Gherkin, the receiver, On the near side, 4 receivers, 2 to each side. Shotgun for baiting. 3rd down and 10. Kemper down 14-7. Here's a deep toss. Oh, it's almost grabbed by Canny through his fingertips. Sternberg swats it away for good measure. It's incomplete. Kemper will be forced to punt it away. Ben Gherkin and the punting unit on.
Yeah, Carson altered his route a little bit on that. Went up a little bit early. Just kind of mistimed his jump a little bit. Normally he catches balls like that, but unfortunately knocked away, and Kemper's going to have to punt with 5:36 left here in the first half. And a quick moving ball game, Nick. We're over halfway through the second quarter already.
They'll punt it from AHSTW's 48-yard line, and Gherkin will boot it away, end-over-end kick. Kuemper will let it go, and it bounces out at the 3-yard line. Sternberg didn't even attempt to return it, hoping it would go into the end zone. Special teams, Kuemper with a nice play here. They'll set up AHSTW's offense at their own 2.
45-yard punt, goes out at the 3-yard line. Can't be much better than that. Now, big opportunity for Kuemper with 5:26 left here in the second quarter. Big opportunity to make a stand, get a turnover, maybe to at least turn the ball over on downs and get a short field and hopefully put the ball back in the end zone. But we got to get a stop here first.
The Vikings have 20 plays for 92 yards. Kuemper 18 plays for 50 yards. Both teams have taken advantage of short fields on their opening touchdown drives.
Tregan Biter getting some of his first defensive action here at defensive safety.
So he's seeing some of his first action on both sides of the ball tonight. First down, a keeper out of the shotgun for Camden Sukup, and he'll be brought down. Looks like one of the linebackers might have been the one to bring him down at the 7-yard line. A gain of 4 for Sukup. 6th carry of the night, 11 yards. He does have a 5-yard touchdown in there. He's been sacked twice by Hausman and Sundrup, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
Sukup only 5'10", 155, but went right in the middle of that Kuemper line, not afraid to take a hit.
2nd down from their own 8-yard line, needing the 13 for a first down. They'll come out of the pistol formation. Sternberg is the tailback. He gets the carry, and he goes nowhere.
Kobe Pierce. Great job, got rid of that center. That center is about 5'7", I think, and 245, but Kobe just shucked him, was right there to make the tackle for no gain.
17 carries for 59 yards offensively for AHSTW. Sternberg has 48 of their 59 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Kemper's fans, they'll rattle the house here. It's Barbie versus Ken Knight. A lot of pink down in the student section for the Knights. They're making all kinds of noise here.
Another big down for Kuemper. They got to get a stop here. They can't let them get out from here if they want to give themselves an opportunity.
Deep in their own territory, they'll fake the handoff. Sukup in trouble, tosses it. He's got a first down. He was open. They get it to the tight end, and Gavin Newcomb, the safety valve on the far sideline, and they will move the sticks, and Kuemper has given up some key 3rd and 4th downs tonight. And this one will go out to the 19. It goes for 11 to Newcomb, his second carry of the night. Second catch of the night, rather.
And Newcomb got free in our safeties over there on the hash mark. And it's, again, just allowed a big play when we had an opportunity to get a stop. Now we got to start over here when they're going to be at their 21-yard line? 19-yard line?
From their own 19, one receiver to the right side, 2 off to the left. Tight ends bunched around each side of the tackles. Empty backfield. Sukup takes the shotgun snap, but a whistle and a flag. Nope, timeout taken, it looks like. It'll be against, the offense will take it, so we will take one too. Vikings 14, Knights 7. You're listening to Kuemper football here in Carroll on KCIM. 3:33 to go in the first half. We are back in 30 seconds.
Oh, hell no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brincks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brincks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Pretty neat to have some special guests here. Kuemper alum Nick Nurse. He's brought some of his Philadelphia 76ers. Still weird to say that he is the head coach of the 76ers. He moved from
Toronto.
He moved from our friends to the north in Canada. and now he's in Philly, and he's brought some coaches and I believe some players for a basketball camp this weekend that he is putting on through Kuemper. So he's checking out his old high school football team here tonight, and so far AHSTW has the advantage, leading 14-7. Handoff, they go left side, Sternberg, and he just looks like an elite running back with his running, shifting out defenders, and he takes it off to the left side. Just a nice, easy run for him, and he only picks up 4, but he went so far to the left side, it looked a lot more impressive, and he just kind of made defenders whiff. And that's one of the more impressive 4-yard runs I've seen here tonight.
Yeah, we're doing a good job of containing him. It's just we contain him after he's getting 3 to 4 in most of these cases, but we haven't left him get loose yet, and that's what we've got to keep him from doing.
5 rushing touchdowns coming into tonight, and he came in with 248 yards. He's got 52 tonight. He runs off to the right side in motion from the left, and he picks up 2. He's over 300 now on the year. Picks up 3 to their own 27, and right now Kuemper's defense is, they gave up a big 3rd down back inside their own 10. They gave up the 4th down and 17. Defense needs to make a stop here for Kuemper.
Another, we got a nice tackle there by Jake Earlbeck. Not sure who else was in on that. Kyle Sundrup, I think. But here's another opportunity, 3rd and 3. We've got to stand our ground here and get a stop.
2:18 remaining in the first half. Vikings leading with the football, 14-7, pistol formation. Camden Sukup, the junior quarterback, 4 of 6 passing, 48 yards tonight. He'll throw here, rolls out left side, looks, tosses, it's caught, and they almost had it intercepted, it looked like, but Baxter comes away with it. 3rd down and 3, takes it to the 39. Another pickup of 13 in a key 3rd or 4th down situation. They keep the sticks moving. That's now 2 3rd down conversions on this drive through the air for the Vikings.
Jake Earlbeck had good coverage there. He just kind of tossed it just behind Jake, and the running back was running right underneath him. Made a nice play and a nice gain again. And again, an opportunity for the Knights that they just can't take it.
This drive started at their own 3 after a nice punt by Ben Gherkin. Under pressure, Sukup takes off and runs with it. He'll get past the line of scrimmage. No more, though, from the 40. Kent Sanders brings him down. Picks up 2 at the 41-yard line. Sukup contained, but looked like that could have maybe been a sack if they got to him the first chance they had, and it'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Kuemper has the AHSTW has the football here. I'm Nick Brincks along with Doug Waniger tonight on KCIM, 1380 AM and 95.1 FM. Also on YouTube, thanks to Stacy Schmidt back in studio tonight. Vikings football, 2nd and 8 from their own 41. Option play, they keep it. Sukup off to the right side. He'll be at the stick, gets to the 50, and he'll pick up 9 on 2nd and 8. That'll stop the clock as he gets out of bounds. 52 seconds to go in the half.
Yeah, we had him stopped in the backfield. Kobe Pierce was in the backfield, but a beautiful ball fake by Sukup before he finally got the ball to Sternberg. Sternberg runs for the 1st down, and again, 52 seconds left. The Knights certainly don't want to let him in the end zone here with just 52 seconds, down 14-7.
Vikings
still in the ball game.
Yep, Vikings have the touchdown lead. Empty backfield, takes the one-handed snap as it was high. Here's the catch. They go on the 45-yard line, a pickup of 5. They dump it off in the flat. First catch of the season for junior Zeb Hall. And both teams getting guys involved tonight that haven't made catches in the first 2 games.
Ben Gherkin on the tackle, did a good job, didn't let him past him.
We've got a whistle and a flag back in the backfield.
Holding.
That'll be one of the few breaks Kuemper's defense has had on this drive. 10-yard penalty. It'll bring up 1st and 20 back to their own 40. But again, they've given up 4th and 17 tonight. They need to take advantage of the long yardage situation.
Yeah, 27 seconds left here, up 14-7. Pretty much having their way with our defense, even though they're not blowing us off the field. They're controlling the ball against us. It'll be interesting to see what they do here, if they just run this clock out or if they actually try to do something.
Back at their own 4 down, 14-7.
Don't want to
motion. They fake the handoff to him. Sukup. There's a flag down. Sukup takes off and runs with it. He's got the penalty yardage back. Another flag comes in. I wouldn't be surprised if we've got 2 holding calls on the offense. Picks up 11 on the scamper, but we await the white hat and the official crew to see what they say here. 2nd and 9. Looks like it'll become 1st and 30, perhaps.
Yeah, it's going to be another hold. Good follow-up on that, though, there by Bryce Wiskus to make that tackle. but it's all going to go for naught as it's going to come back because of the holding. And I'm thinking now with it being first in about a mile and a half, they're probably going to just run the clock out.
So there was a holding call and an illegal block in the back. Be a 10-yard penalty back to the 30. And we've got a first down and 30 to go. I think they got to get all the way to Auburn for the first down.
You talk about risk reward here.
And they added a few seconds to the clock. They're back up to 32 now. First down, 30 to go. AHSTW up 14-7. Final minute of quarter number 2, and they will burn their final timeout. Leading by a touchdown, we will take one with them. You're listening to KCIM. Back in 30 seconds.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Final seconds of this first half on KCIM, 1380 AM and 95.1 FM. AHSTW football, they've got first down and 30 after back-to-back holding calls. You're listening to KCIM, 14-7. Vikings have the lead. One receiver on each side. We got a whistle down as a sack is picked up by the Knights here. Kent Sanders and Kyle Sundrup team up, but we'll see what the flag is. For the moment, Kuemper picks up the sack, but I don't know if there was a pre-snap penalty or not. But this drive that had crossed right at the 50-yard line, AHSTW, if Kuemper can keep this up, forcing offensive, maybe you pin him back at the 1 and you get a safety. You don't know at this point.
Well, I'm thinking at this point they're going to run the clock out. Sooner or later they're going to say, wait a minute, we're making too many mistakes here.
AHSTW probably felt pretty okay about this first half until the last, the final minute of this second quarter. And now another keeper for Sukup. He'll take it off left side, lose a yard or two, and now the clock will wind, and we might get to halftime with a 14-7 score with the AHSTW Vikings leading your Kuemper Knights. Second down and 37. Nope, we won't see it. So we go to the half, and it's brought to you by Roselle Mutual Insurance. Roselle Mutual believes in the value of youth activities to help develop future adults that will live in the local area and be valuable members of the communities. For all of your home, farm, auto, or commercial insurance needs, visit Roselle Mutual in Carroll or call 792-4525. 14-7. Vikings lead the Knights. We're back in just a moment. We're going to take a 2.5-minute break. And you're listening to 1380 KCIM and 95.1 FM.
Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
DePaco Credit Union strengthens your well-being. Build strong communities. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. DePaco can help you be well.
Could not have done it by myself.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Classes as a freshman here, it gets him more prepared and gets them the transition from high school to college is very nice to have that.
Smaller campus, so it's a lot easier to know where you're going. It's hard to get lost here, so. And there's always a smiling face to help you if you don't know where you're going.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
This is Iowa, and Avela Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avela Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avela Bank, member FDIC.
Believes in the value of youth activities to help develop future adults that will live in the local area and be valuable members of the communities. For all of your home, farm, auto, or commercial insurance needs, visit Roselle Mutual in Carroll or 792-4525. It's halftime in Carroll. We come to you from the Gatorade broadcast booth. Gatorade, helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform, distributed by Pepsi Beverages in Carroll. I'm Nick Brincks on 1380 KCIM and 95.1 FM. Also live video streaming tonight on YouTube, courtesy of Travis Brincks, on youtube.com/@Carroll Broadcasting Sports. Take us with you on the go as well with the CB Sports Network app. And find us online at sports.1380kcim.com. Also on your smart speaker, tell it to play KCIM. For the student section tonight, it's Barbie versus Ken Knight. And on the football field tonight, it's the AHSTW Vikings and the Kuemper Knights with a 14-7 halftime lead for the visitors, the Vikings. They outgained Kuemper in that opening half 140-53. But again, one of the cool things, not related to the game at all, but Nick Nurse, former Kuemper student and also Philadelphia 76ers head coach. Some coaches and players, they are here tonight. They are putting on a basketball clinic for Kuemper tomorrow. So they are in town, and I just ran out and had a quick word and chatted very briefly with a couple of them, and I said, you guys probably don't come to Iowa a whole lot, but welcome, and I hope you enjoy the second half. But some very, very tall people walking around the bleachers here. If they've got a 70, before he does that, he's got a Kuemper basketball clinic. So good to welcome him to the area tonight. I know Jeff Blankman caught up with him, had an interview earlier today. So always good to see Nick Nurse back and supporting his hometown area. As a fellow Kuemper graduate that goes by the name of Nick, I like to say I'm an elite company here in the Carroll area. You're listening to KCIM Carroll, AHSTW leading Kuemper 14-7 at the half as Kuemper's band puts on their halftime entertainment. Roselle Mutual believes in the value of youth activities to help develop future adults that will live in the local area and be valuable members of the communities. For all of your home, farm, auto, or commercial insurance needs, visit them in Carroll or call 792-4525. Let's take a look at some of the first half numbers. Nothing super impressive for Kuemper tonight offensively. They have run 18 plays for 53 yards. On the ground, they have picked up 10 yards total on 8 carries. Brock Bading is 7 for 10 passing with 43 yards and a touchdown. It was caught by Ben Gherkin for 17 yards, his only catch of the night, and that's something Ben Gherkin's very good at, making sure that his only catches of the night go for touchdowns. He did that a lot last season. He's up to 8 catches now on the year for 3 touchdowns, but only 53 yards of offense for Kuemper. Their only scoring drive was set up by a bad snap on a punt, went over Logan Heller's head. They got that 17-yard touchdown on the pass from Brock Bading to Ben Gherkin, his 3rd touchdown pass and Gherkin's 3rd touchdown catch of the season. But offensively, that's it for Kuemper. On the other side for the Vikings, it's been Luke Sternberg on the ground, 13 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown. Camden 6 for 8 passing, 66. They've limited him to a 2-yard per carry average rather than a 20-yard per carry average. So in that aspect, Kuemper is happy with how that first half went, but that might be about it. Not a great first half for Kuemper, as we are joined once again by Doug Waniger here on the Roselle Mutual Insurance Halftime Show. The numbers I've thrown out, what you saw in that first half, your first half takeaways.
Well, again, the defense did well, except there's 3 critical plays when they had chances to make stops and then happen on offense. But for the most part, I think it's going to have to come down to the Kuemper defense. They're going to have to force turnovers, make something happen, and give us a chance to get the ball in the end zone.
AHSTW forced a fumble on the opening kick return. So Kuemper coughed it up. They received the opening kickoff, and they will have to kick it away to start the second half. But you give the opposing team the football inside the 30 on the opening drive of the game. AHSTW did their part. They took it down the field. They capped it off with a 5-yard touchdown run for the junior quarterback, Camden Sukup. Kuemper answered later in the first quarter with a 17-yard touchdown pass from Brock Bading to Ben Gherkin. Extra points were good, 7-7 tie. And the way this season has gone for Kuemper, extra point is good, is a good sign. They've had a couple blocked, and then last week they had another miss. And then early second quarter, about 9 minutes to go in the half, it was a 3-yard touchdown run from Luke Sternberg to put AHSTW back on top 14-7. But again, we mentioned it. The key play on that drive, it was 4th down and 17, and they give up a 19-yard reception on 4th down in the red zone, and then a couple plays later, they punch it in. So you take that drive off. If you get a stop, just any old stop on 4th and 17, you might be looking at a tie ball game, 7-7. Both teams have had special teams mishaps that have turned into points on the other side. But right now, it is a 7-point lead for AHSTW. Roselle Mutual believes in the value of youth activities to help develop future adults that will live in the local area and be valuable members of the communities. For all of your home, farm, auto, or commercial insurance needs, visit Roselle Mutual in Carroll or call 792-4525. Just after 8 on this Friday. It's the 8th of September, and what a beautiful night we have for high school football. We started in the upper 70s with fair skies, calm winds. We're down to 70. It'll feel almost like fall here very shortly as this September rolls along.
Yeah, we got that haze rolling in right now, and it's definitely a lot hazier now than it was before the start of the game or during the first, at least the first part of the first half. But I don't know if that's smoke from those wildfires or what it is, but you can definitely see it as we look east over the opposing stadium.
It's 1380 KCIM's coverage of Kuemper football. We will take a 2.5-minute timeout, and we will be back with the third quarter. And
cool down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We products with competitive prices. Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it, we deliver.
Consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive health care for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Grinnell Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-1480
AM and 95.1 FM as we continue our Roselle Mutual Insurance halftime show. Quick shout out up in Lorenz. My wife's the only smart as and witty as
hello to mother.
It's great to have everybody here tonight listening in, either on KCIM, on the radio, on time scores that we have for you. Carroll is at Denison Schleswig tonight. At the half, the Monarchs have a 16-7 lead. That's over on Kick 106.7 and on KKRL. Audubon down at Exira, Elkhorn, Kimballton. A good first half for the Wheelers. At last check, 32-12 Wheelers just before halftime.
I predict Carroll will come back in the second half and win that football game. They've been a good second half club all year long and should be able to handle Denison. You never know, maybe they got injuries or something like that going on, but hopefully the Tigers can come back and get one, and hopefully the Knights can come back and get this one. We've got to make some things happen. We've been in every ball game, and we're in this one down 14-7, even though the total yards are a mismatch. This is still a winnable football game, and the Knights got to believe that they can get it done.
53 yards on 18 plays for Kuemper in the red jerseys, white pants, white helmets. And for AHSTW, they ran 30 plays, 140 yards. They've got white jerseys, blue pants, and white helmets. Time of possession, I don't track it officially, but you can kind of guess by the number of plays and yards that has been dominated almost 2-1 by the Vikings here tonight on KCIM Carroll. So who steps up for Kuemper? Who needs to step up for Kuemper may be the question.
Well, it's got to be our line have got to come a long way. We're going to get good play out of our linebackers there. We got three really solid linebackers in Tate Barrett, who was our player of the game last week, had like 13 or 14 tackles. Kent Sanders and Jake Earlbeck, always playing well. We can't give up anything like we did, that 3rd and 17 in our secondary, but I think it's got to be our offensive line's got to give our offensive unit an opportunity to pick up some yards. I mean, there was like 5 or 6 plays where we handed the ball off and there was a defensive tackle in our backfield before our running back had the ball. We just can't let that happen. So we're going to be kicking off, and first thing is we got to get a stop. First off, kick it away from the number 4. Sternberg, don't let him get loose. Let's make sure I was talking to Jeff Fitzsimmons downstairs, and he said he's got to kick it out of the end zone like he normally does, and he does, because this guy, like you said, he gets his hands on the football and gets open. He can run a long way real quick.
Entering tonight, Sternberg entered with 3 kick returns for 2 touchdowns, 70 yards per return, including a long, I think, of 94, somewhere in that ballpark. And Kuemper bottled him up for about a 2-yard return earlier in the contest. So Fitzsimmons and the Kuemper kicking unit will come on. 40-yard line is where it's set up. Fitzsimmons prepares to kick it away as the Kuemper Knights will begin this third quarter down by a touchdown, and they will boot it away here in a moment. 14-7 AHSTW at Kuemper tonight at Carroll Athletic Field. Fitzsimmons runs, kicks, it's away. It's a short squib near side return from the 35 to the 42-yard line. First time we've called his name tonight. Gatlin Getler, a sophomore, with the alliteration on the return out to the 46.
That didn't go quite like Tommy wanted it to. They wanted to keep it away from Sternberg, but kicked it right to a young man at about the 35-yard line. It was an easy 10-yard pickup to get it to the 46. But Knight defense going to have to step up now, and let's get a stop.
You're listening to KCIM. I'm Nick Brincks with Doug Waniger. Thanks to Stacy Schmidt back in studio. Thanks to Travis Brincks for providing the video coverage tonight on the Carroll Broadcasting Sports Network YouTube page. We begin the third quarter. It's a keeper for Sukup. An option play, had the running back behind him to pitch if necessary. He keeps it. Pushed out of bounds on the far sideline. First play from scrimmage in the third quarter for the Vikings, and it's a 9-yard carry for Camden Sukup. 19 yards in the first half, 9 here on the carry.
Really nice play by Sukup, rolled out right. Tate Barrett was in the backfield, and he took the pitch, man. Unfortunately, Sukup went through there, and we didn't get any help from the left side of our defense before he picked up 9 yards.
We come to you from the Gatorade broadcast booth. Gatorade, helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform. Distributed by Pepsi Beverages in Carroll. Out of the shotgun, flushed out left side. And Sukup will take off and run with it. He dives across the 40. He's tripped up about the 37-yard line, and it's a gain of 8. Second down and a new set of downs here after that moves the sticks. It was about 2nd and 1. They'll move the chains.
Yeah, good job again, Sukup. He's just a really good quarterback. Not very big at 155 pounds, but knows how to handle the football, knows how to fake, knows how to take advantage of the openings when they're there.
to the 37-yard line, quickly moving down the field. AHSTW with the touchdown lead, 14-7. They have the football. They hand it off for Sternberg carry in this third quarter. And he gets to the second level of the defense. Sanders and company have to bring him down at the 32, a gain of 6, a minute and a half in to quarter number 3.
Kobe Pierce. Let's see who else we got in there. Looks like Kyle Sundrup on the tackle. But not again before he got 5 yards.
You're listening to 1380 KCIM and 95.1 FM. It'll be the 32-yard line of Kuemper where AHSTW sets up. And a big drive here for AHSTW with a chance to go up by 2 scores. They have done well at Kuemper's end of the field tonight with a couple touchdowns. Second down from the 32. They dump it off in the flat right side at the sticks. Dropped and incomplete. They had it over there to Nick Denning, the senior, with his first target of the night. It was a little low, and he couldn't hang on. 3rd down and 6.
Good pressure from Will Simons from his left side defensive end position. Sukup had to get rid of that a little bit quicker than he wanted to. Again, the Knights in a good position here, 3rd and 6. Can they make it happen? They've not been able to get these key stops when they've needed to so far in this game, or this season for that matter.
3rd down and 5 from the 32-yard line, needing the 27. Kuemper's given up a lot of 3rd downs tonight. Sukup will take off and run with it. He'll be very close, and I think he may have the first, or no, maybe just a little bit shy, judging by the far side official. 4-yard carry for the moment for Sukup.
4th and about a foot, though. You know they're going to go for it.
Keeper for Sukup, 12th carry of the night, and now he's up to 39 yards. He and Sternberg have combined for 26 carries and 99 yards, just 9 pass attempts, 6 completions for 66 yards.
Freshman Deal into the lineup. Again, a big play here. Going to be a tough one here for the Knights, but 4th and a foot.
And they will line up out of the shotgun. Bit of a pistol look here, offset to the right just to skosh for Sternberg. 4th down. They'll give it to the running back. Kuemper plays it well. They're going to stuff him in the backfield. Second effort. He almost got back, but it's a loss of the play of 1. And Kuemper's defense with a 4th down stop at the 29.
That's that big play we're looking for. Bryce Wiskus, who else was in on that play? Trying to see. Kyle Sundrup. And the Knights going to get the ball back. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Knights at the 28.5-yard line.
So the Vikings get good field position off the kick return. That was short, kept away from Sternberg. They move across midfield. They pick up about 25 or so yards on the drive, but nothing to show for it. They'll end up turning it over on downs. Kuemper will take it at their own 29, and now can they parlay that into some offensive success to start this 3rd quarter, and they'll run quickly up the middle, and Cason Pierce takes off to the right hash to the 33. Quick 4-yard scamper for the senior.
Good hard run by Cason Pierce. Had a little bit of an offensive line, an offensive push there, and gave him an opportunity to pick up some yards.
Under 9 minutes to go in the 3rd, 14-7. Vikings with the lead. Kuemper has the football from their own 33-yard line, and they'll break huddle with about 20 on the play clock. Trips to the left. 1 man off to the right. Shotgun. They almost get the defense to jump offside. Handoff up the middle. Pierce is upended, and he is tackled after a 1-yard carry out to the 3rd and 34. That'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Yeah, tough situation for the Knights. You know, we're continually behind the sticks on these 3rd down plays, and obviously probably forces it into a pass because we've not been able to effectively run the ball. Let's see what Brock can do here.
3rd down and 5. Kuemper with 10 carries, 14 yards tonight. They haven't been able to have enough success running the football to really set up the passing game. Likely passing down here. They've had success on quick slants in these situations tonight. 3rd down, up and over the middle. He's got a man tipped and caught. Off to the races, 30, 20, 10. Casper Bauer, touchdown, catches it off the defender's ricochet, and he takes it 66 yards to the house on 3rd and short.
Brock's got that one down. He had one last week that was a tip pass that went for a long gain, and this time the Knights got a break, and hopefully the type of break that can help them pick up the energy they need to play better defense on the other end. But as it is right now, 13 down 14-13 with the extra point forthcoming.
7:52 to go in the 3rd quarter. Kuemper with their biggest spark play on offense tonight, and it was almost an interception, but the ricochet, and then Casper Bauer catches it and uses the jets, takes it to the house.
Sternberg went down about the 25, and all he could do was look and watch the ball get carried into the end zone.
Now the extra point from Fitzsimmons, and he will split the uprights 2 for 2 tonight, and we are all tied
Tommy's
up.
back on track.
14 alls with under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. 66 yards on the catch and run for Michael Kasperbauer from Brock Baiting. His second touchdown pass of the night. Back in 1 minute on KCIM.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quant Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quant Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
We are back here with Kuemper, feeling good with the way this third quarter has gotten underway. Sternberger will pick it up. He'll pick it up off the hop, and you can see the speed as he runs straight up the field from about the 10 to the 35 before being brought down. And
John Bays.
And we are tied up now here on KCIM. It was a 66-yard touchdown reception for Michael Kasperbauer. Knights have tied it up with under 8 minutes to go in the third. 3rd and 5 pass went deep from Baiting and tipped off the defender's hands into Kasperbauer's, and he did the rest. And we say that, it could have been intercepted, but Kasperbauer was so open, the throw was just a little underthrown, but it actually maybe worked out better that way, as we just saw.
Let's get a defensive stop now.
And again, we've got a whistle here and a flag probably on the offense.
That's going to be a legal motion, illegal procedure.
But we go back to the play that all set that up. 4th down and 1. Kuemper's defense holds, and then a few plays later, Kuemper's offense gets a big play. So I asked the question, Kuemper gets a good stop on defense. Can they parlay that into offensive success? And the answer, my friends, is yes.
Well, we finally made one of those plays that can make things happen. We've not been able to make those for the most part this year. Those 3rd and longs, 4th and longs, we give up first down. That time it's 4th in the yard, and we, blast our way into the backfield, make the stop, and lo and behold, we come back and get the score.
14 all, 1st down and 15 right now for AHSTW. Both teams scored in the first quarter. Vikings scored in the second quarter. Now the Knights have scored in the third. High snap. Sukup rolls out right side. He was out of the shotgun. Caught at the original first down marker. He dumps it off to his tight end, Gavin Newcomb, the senior.
Good strong,
and it's a gain of 5.
Good strong tackle by Kent Sanders on that play. But they're finding those routes fairly open, and they're getting, there's another 5-yard gain. We've got to find a way to, keep those guys from getting the ball out in the flats like that.
2nd down and 10 now. It was a 5-yard penalty on first down. They picked the yardage back on on 1st and 15. So now 2nd and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Man in motion, that's Sternberg. They give it to him on the jet sweep as he spins away, and that ball got great. He was hanging that ball way out there. Kuemper may have had a chance to strip it away, but he hangs on, gain of 1.
Great job by Jake Earlbeck from the linebacker position. Came in, took on the block, and then turned him inside and still managed to get a hold of his legs to make the tackle. I couldn't see who finished up, but that's a big play for the Knights. Now here's another one of those situations. 3rd and 9. Got to get a stop, guys.
From their own 42-yard line, 37-yard line rather. 3rd and 9. Sukup out of the shotgun, steps back, rolls out to his right, tosses over the middle, in traffic, caught at the 50. Baxter reels it in. It goes for 15, and Baxter has come up with some big grabs on 3rd down, and again, in a sea of red, he was just open enough for Baxter to haul it in.
Yeah, he threw that on a line, and it was a great catch, great throw and catch, and our defensive backfield, again, giving those up. We just struggle to make those stops, but nonetheless, going to be 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line of Kuemper.
8 for 11, 86 yards passing for Camden Sukup. 39 yards on the ground and a touchdown for him. He'll fake the handoff, now take off right side, Sukup across the 45. He'll be brought down there, and he's to the 43-yard line. A 6-yard pickup on first down. And the AHSTW Vikings are across midfield now and working on another scoring drive, perhaps. Second down, 4 to go from the 43.
We had 3 missed tackles on that play for sure, and he still managed to get another couple of yards out of it. Sukup's just very evasive and very effective when he's running that ball. You just got to bottle him up and wrap up on him.
14-14 tie, 5.5 minutes to go in quarter number 3 here on KCIM. Second down, pump fake, deep toss, home run ball, double covered and a little overthrown, but open enough for a moment. Nick Denning, second target for him tonight, falls incomplete about the 10-yard line, and 3rd down and 5.
Knight's got lucky there because he was open. He'd split our safety and corner, and he was open back there. Fortunately, ball falls to the ground, just overthrown. Like you said, 3rd and 5. Now 5:21 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Stops the clock for a moment. AHSTW out of the shotgun. I don't know if they've been under center once tonight. Empty backfield. Sukup the snap. Back to his own 48, under pressure, loses his footing for a moment. Now he'll take off and run with it back to the line of scrimmage, falls forward, picks up 3, and he is stopped at the 40-yard line. Jake Earlbeck to bring him down, but they had him in the backfield a couple times, couldn't get him to come down.
Yeah, we just got to wrap up. We had, 2 guys had a shot at him, and he made a miss. Here again, another one of those plays, 4th and 2. We stepped up a couple of possessions ago. Let's do it here, 4th and 2 at our 40-yard line. Got to get to the 38 for a first down.
40-yard line, 4th down and 2, tie ball game, mid-3rd quarter. Vikings have it, pistol formation. Sternberg at the left hip. Now they got Kuemper to jump. Kuemper offside, and it's a free first down, and Sundrup knew for the moment he slipped just a little bit that one was going to hurt. Free first down to the 35, and he'll check out of the game himself.
Kyle's banging his helmet. He knows that's one that he's got to hold tight on, but nonetheless, we hand him a first down at the 35-yard line.
Steinkamp quick to reassure him. They'll have first down and 10. You can almost look at this like whatever happens now, unearned run in baseball. 14-14, 35-yard line, pistol. They keep it with Sukup. Finds a seam up the middle, 30, tackled there, and brought down with Ben Gherkin, the first one to wrap him up. 4.5 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Tied at 14, and a 5-yard carry for the junior quarterback, Camden Sukup.
He's juking our defensive line, getting through them, and then gets to our linebackers, and that's generally where our tackles are coming from. But again, 5 yards makes it 2nd and 5. It's a lot easier to get first downs when you get 5 on that first one.
2nd and 5 coming up for the Vikings. 2.5 games into the season, the Vikings have 2 300-yard rushers. Sukup 311 yards, Sternberg 308. 2nd down, man in motion, Sternberg in the backfield. They fake the handoff. Now Sukup takes off and runs with it. He's got the first down inside the 25. He'll be brought down there by Earlbeck, and he gains 7. They're knocking on the door on the red zone.
Sukup's energy just seems to be picking up on this drive. He's finding those holes, dart through them, and the Knight defense is just a hair, just a step slow maybe in getting the tackles, but down there on the 20-yard line now.
41 3rd quarter yards for Sukup on the ground tonight for AHSTW. 1st and 10, 3.5 to go in the 3rd, tied at 14. Vikings want the lead back. Kuemper has not led tonight. They've tied it twice. 1st down and 10. Off to the right side, they find Baxter. He'll be out of bounds just shy of the 1st. He goes for 8 into the red zone, down to the 15.
Sukup's really effective at finding Baxter. He just works his way off the line of scrimmage, goes down and just kind of turns around, and Sukup just kind of shot puts it over the on-rushing defenders for 7-8 yards just about every time he's making that play.
214 yards of offense for the Vikings tonight. Kuemper with 123 rather. 2nd down and 2 in the red zone now.
On one play.
Yeah, absolutely. Handoff, left side, Sternberg, 15-yard line. Looks for the stiff arm.
Great job by Carson Canny. Did you see him fight that tackle or that stiff arm?
He took the stiff arm, and
kid's a competitor.
They didn't go anywhere on it.
Carson is just a competitor. I wish we could all play with his aggressiveness, but a great tackle on that play, and now it's another 3rd down and 1.
They give him a yard on the carry, but it was a very hard-fought Sternberg yard. Them to fourth down and cannot give up a first. They'll look to that canny play as a spark on defense. 3rd and 1 out of the shotgun, swarmed in the backfield, dives forward, he'll lose a yard, and the freshman we've talked about all night, he was in on the tackle.
Yeah, Lucas Deal's doing a great job. He's very strong, good strong arms. He just shucked the block. Looks like there's a flag, and it's going to be a holding. Kobe Pierce was in there as well, but just a real break for the Knights here, but an outstanding play by Lucas Deal.
And it's an interesting situation. You could either decline and take 4th and 2, but you're going to go for the 3rd and 12 here.
Yep.
Because the way they've been running the football, 3.5 yards per carry, well below their season average, but they've been getting the yards when they need them for the most part tonight. But Kuemper will have to make a stand here on 3rd and long now.
Our defensive backfield's got to step up. We can't allow them that easy 7-8 yarder over the middle here.
Look for Baxter. Look for Newcomb. Those have been the 3rd down targets tonight. 3rd and 11. AHSTW and Kuemper are all tied with 2 minutes to go in the
Play
3rd.
Clock running out, going to cause them a timeout.
And they'll take it with 2:01 to play in the 3rd quarter. Vikings just outside the red zone now after the holding penalty. And they'll have it in 30 seconds when we come back from this timeout on KCIM.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumber yard.
Third down and 11. AHSTW with the football. They're just outside the red zone now. They were in the red zone at the 15. Now back to the 24-yard line. 3rd and 11. Vikings call the timeout. They've got 2 remaining. Kuemper with all 3 remaining. 2:01 to play in the 3rd. And this one's all neck and neck. 14 all. Knights and Vikings here in this final week of non-district play. We get to district action next week. Kuemper is at Roland Story. I'll have the game on Kick 106.7.
We've got to get to Sukup here. We got to put pressure on him.
Out of the shotgun, empty backfield. Sukup, unguarded man, comes in. Barrett couldn't bring him down. Takes off and runs with it to the 20. Upended there and tripped up. And the accepting the penalty nets them about 5 yards. Earlbeck stops the play, and we'll see what they do on 4th down and 5. He got about half the yards he needed, but Kuemper's defense contained just enough.
Tate Barrett got good pressure on him. He allowed him to get out to the outside, but fortunately Jake came up. But this is a big play here as we wind down with 1:30 left in the 3rd quarter in a tie ball game.
4th down, 6 to go, and they will kick it away, or kick the field goal here. We'll see.
Watch the fake.
Caden Baxter is their kicker, and there is a flag down back at the holding spot.
They got too many men on the field.
Illegal substitution called, and Baxter is about to, if they stick with it, about to attempt his first field goal of the season. He is 9 for 13 on extra points. We'll see what kind of leg he has for a 42-yarder, but I think they're bringing the offense back on the field.
Yeah, they're going to bring the offense back in, but Sukup was the holder on that play, and with him being the quarterback, I wasn't counting on him kicking it anyway.
4th down and 11, 25-yard line now. And AHSTW brings the offense back out there. Kuemper gave up a 4th down and 17 earlier. It's 4th and 11 now. Kuemper needs a stand.
We got to bring one of the linebackers. Get at him.
Sukup unblocked. Barrett can't get there. Sukup takes off and runs with it. He'll be shy of the 1st down. Tackled down at the 20 with Wiskus and company on the tackle. It's
Carson Canny on the play. Kent Sanders on the play. Good job by the Knights. That got good pressure. Forced Sukup to run the ball. And we had good follow-up defense from our defensive backfield. Good stop for the Knights.
55 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter, all tied up at 14. Second drive in a row that Kuemper makes a 4th down stop in or near the red zone. And now What will Kuemper do here on this drive? It took 3 plays. They went 66 yards to the house on the ricochet pass to Kasperbauer. We'll see what they do here, and we'll see if they air it out to start. They're going to empty out the backfield. Pierce in the slot left side. 1st and 10. Quick pass, dump off to Gherkin on a screen. Right side, bubble screen to the 25. And first down becomes 2nd down and 4. Clock winds under 50 seconds.
That play's probably going to be there all night. That was their 6 yards, just hit Gherkin and just headed upfield and got 6 yards out of it.
Running the football has not worked for Kuemper much tonight, but Brock Bading is 9 for 12, 115 yards, 2 touchdowns, 17-yarder to Gherkin, 66-yarder to Kasperbauer. Both of those were really nice-looking floating passes deep down the field. Here's a dump off to Pierce. Another screen to the left side, and he takes it out across the 35 to the 37. It goes for 11.
Kaysen shows that he's got some hands. Made the catch and a good run upfield, turned it inside, good hard run, and the Knights pick up first down at the 37, 38-yard line.
42 seconds remaining. There will be at least 1 play left in this 3rd quarter. Kuemper moving down the field. They have passed it to come out of this defensive stand. Now 14. They'll empty out the backfield once again, tied at 14, under half a minute to go in the 3rd. Now Bading wants to keep it. He'll take off and run with it, just his 2nd carry of the night. And the keeper goes for 3 to the 41, and that may bring us to the end of the 3rd if Kuemper doesn't hurry. 15 seconds left.
Yeah, you're not going to see Brock carry the ball a lot because he's our 3rd-string quarterback, and the first 2 are hurt. So Carson Candy can come in and play quarterback as we come to the end of the 3rd quarter. And what's turned out to was a very good 3rd quarter and a pretty good football game at 14-14.
Kuemper, the only touchdown in the quarter to tie things up at 14 apiece. It was a 66-yard touchdown catch by Michael Kasperbauer on the deep ball from Brock Bading, tipped by the defensive back into the hands of a Michael Kasperbauer, who took off for the end zone untouched. We go to the 4th quarter in 1 minute. You're listening to KCIM. We are all tied at 14.
Oh, hell no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brincks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brincks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Enter the 4th quarter. Kuemper has the football, 2nd down and 7, 14-14, 2 touchdowns apiece, and the Knights begin with the football. 4th quarter working right to left. Bading in trouble in the backfield. Looked like a designed keeper for the quarterback, and he goes for a loss of 2, took off and ran into a steaming pile of white jerseys. Nowhere to go, 3rd down and 9.
Yeah, there was no room there, and I think it was a designed, like you said, a designed quarterback draw, but there was just nothing there, and Knights going to be 3rd and 9 now.
3rd down, 2 receivers left side, 1 on the right, and they will run it on 3rd down and 9, expecting throw. Pierce takes it on the carry, and I think I heard the Kuemper fans chanting, run the ball, and now they kind of let out a sigh when they, or pass the ball, and then they let out a sigh when they carry it. 4th down and 4, and we'll see if they go for it near midfield.
I'm guessing you're going to see the same thing. We've drawn them offside before. I can't imagine in a 14-14 ball game with 11 minutes left in the 4th quarter that we're going to actually run a play, but we'll see.
Empty backfield, 4th and 4. Do they try to draw them off? Bading acting like it. Looks to the sideline now. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Bading, they run a play. 4th down. They air it out. We've got a flag down. It's intercepted at the 37-yard line, intended for Carson Canny. It'll be picked off by Nick Denning. He does have a pick 6 on the season. It's a holding call against the offense. They will decline, and the interception, essentially
not much different than a punt, but
still not ideal.
Upfield.
The interception for Bading, it's his 4th of the season, and now we will see the offense of AHSTW come onto the field at their own 37. So
John Bass out getting everybody fired up. We gotta get a stop, putting our defense here in a little bit of a tough position.
Both teams make stops on 4th down on their last drives. 1st down and 10 now. The Vikings will have the football. White and blue. They've got the football. Dump off left side. They find Baxter at the line of scrimmage, and he is decked at the 45 on the numbers. Far sideline, gains 8, and Baxter continues to be the safety valve for his quarterback, Sukup. That's his 5th catch of the night for 63 yards.
Again, we got good defensive pressure, but we just can't get to him, and he's really effective at finding those receivers, and they're wide open. And even though they're not first downs, there's 7, 6, 7, 8 yards on every one of those. Baxter, I don't know how many catches he's got, but he's got to have a bunch of them. Yeah. 5 catches.
5 for 63. 2nd down and 2. AHSTW, they send Baxter in motion. Shotgun now. They'll hand it off to Sternberg. Sweeps right. Kuemper's got pressure in the backfield. He evades it, gets back to the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up 1, and they will be a yard shy of the first. 3rd down and 1 after the Sternberg 1-yard carry is 18th of the night, and it's 3rd and short.
Good pressure from Tate Barrett from the linebacker position. Good follow-up from number 59 and 60. That's Kyle Sundrup, Kobe Pierce and Kyle Sundrup.
Now a timeout will be taken. I did not see who took this one. So with 9:52 to go in the ball game, timeout taken. 3rd down and 1 coming up for the Vikings, just shy of midfield, back in 30 seconds on KCIM.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop, with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
It was actually a timeout for AHSTW. We didn't see anybody down. It was actually Luke Sternberg. He was at him over on the far sideline, but 3rd down and 1, and your go-to guy is not in the game now, so I would expect maybe a heavy dose of your quarterback running the football here.
Yes, Sukup, or look out for Baxter, because he's found him several times in key situations. But I hope Mr. Sternberg's okay, because he's an outstanding football player. A little concerned the way he was running across that field, though. He just looked a little woozy.
And now AHSTW's 3rd and 1 when we return on KCIM in 30 seconds.
Tobacco Credit Union strengthens your well-being. Build strong communities. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. Tobacco can help you be well.
Man, could not have done it by myself.
It'll be 3rd down and 1. Let's see who they bring in. It might be Gatlin Getler, the sophomore, to replace Luke Stenberg, who leaves the game with injury. 3rd down and 1. He'll stay in to block, and now Sukup in the backfield, brought down for a sack by Sundrup with flags down, and it'll bring up 4th down and 4 before the flag, but they wrap him up. Designed run left side, so maybe technically not a sack, but a loss of 3 for the moment. Sundrup and that defensive line get pressure on him, and they could really go gung-ho after the quarterback with Sternberg out.
I'm not sure what this penalty's going to be. I'm guessing
there are
maybe
2
holding.
down near the line of scrimmage. Holding against the offense and holding against the offense.
So let's make it 20 yards.
I wish, right?
No, hey, let's give credit to Kyle Sundrup on that. Just got rid of his offensive guard across from him in the backfield. Made a great tackle on that play.
And now it could be 4th down and 4 if you decline, or 3rd down and about 14 if you accept. So they will decline and force the punt with Sternberg out. I like that.
Yeah, I think you, with Sternberg out of the game, forcing them to punt. And now it looks like we're going to maybe change our, what are we doing here? Yeah,
okay, they're going to accept the penalty.
Accept the penalty, so it's 3rd down and.
But now they got to run players back out onto the field because they had sent the punting unit on.
I think this is the right decision. Now, obviously, you're giving them another chance, but in a short field with 4th and 2 or 3, with Sukup being with his ability to get loose.
On the other side, though,
now we got to watch for Mr. Baxter because he's the guy that's killed us in these situations.
So Kuemper accepts the penalty. The thing about it that I question a little bit, they had the punting unit on for 4th and 4, and now they send the offense back out on the field. They were going to punt.
Luke Sternberg is back in the game.
3rd down and 11. AHSTW will try to make Kuemper regret that decision. They'll dump it off left side. They find Baxter, and no harm, no foul. Only
Carson
a 3-yard catch over on the far sideline.
What a tackle by Carson Candy coming up from his safety position.
6th catch of the night for Baxter, but really for the first time all night, Baxter makes a catch, and it really doesn't change anything. He's had some big 3rd and even 4th down receptions tonight that either moved the chains or got them in very short yardage situations, and they will force a punt. 2nd punt of the season coming from Logan Heller. The first one went over his head, and he hasn't punted until tonight in a game. He gets this one away, almost blocked.
Carson's going to get a chance to return it, too.
From the 27-yard line, he'll be brought down, and that was an awkward tackle.
That'll
be a horse collar, absolutely.
Yeah, you're going to see a flag there.
He is slow to get up.
And he's not getting up.
And that was a tough look from the start, and there is a reason the horse collar is a penalty, and it's because of that. He was really pulled down awkwardly.
He's a kid we got to have on the field, too. Kuemper's just had too many injuries, and I don't think that was an intentional play by any stretch of the imagination, but he just reached out, and he ended up with Carson's.
And that'll be a 15-yard penalty from the about 33-yard line. They'll move all the way out to midfield.
They're checking out his left leg, so it doesn't appear that it was actually the neck area that was injured, but Carson's getting up, thankfully.
Yeah, probably just bent his leg weird being pulled down. There might have been a Viking player like down by the leg when he was pulled down awkwardly, and he's up, walking back to the sideline. That's good to see.
That's actually the first punt return that we've had a chance at this year. He had one little short one of a yard or two up at Sioux City in the game that we called. But Kuemper's put themselves in a good position now. Now it's a chance for our offensive line to step up and give Brock the protection that he needs in the lanes that his running backs run. And, 8:35 left in the game in a tie ball game.
First down from their own 48-yard line. And really one of the first times all night that Kuemper feels like they're in a good spot to maybe take a lead. They've been tying it up, but then not finding situations where they look like they could take a lead. And now Pierce sweeps left, loses a pair, maybe 3 yards back to the 45-yard line. And that's not the kind of start they wanted to this drive, losing yards, 2nd down and 13 for the Knights.
Again, our offensive line just getting manhandled in that play, and we lose 3 yards. They were in the backfield again before our running back gets the football.
2nd down coming up. Kuemper will have it at their own 45-yard line. Tied at 14, 4 minutes into the final quarter, 8 to go. Final week of non-district play. Kuemper and AHSTW squaring off. Baiting in trouble. Flushed out right side. Looks in the flat. Finds John Bass just shy of the first down marker to the 44. Baiting hit as he throws. And he picks up 11 to Mr. Bass.
Really nice job of Brock rolling out and Bass by finding the area that he needed. And he just kept running to the pass. Really nice pitch and catch by Kuemper, setting up 3rd and 2 at the 44-yard line.
First catch of the night for Bass, 2nd of the season, 3rd and 2, handoff up the middle and nowhere to go. Once again, swarmed in the backfield, tossed to the turf, and it'll be 4th down and 2. And
the running plays are not working for the Knights. When they need yards, they got to go to the air.
Pierce loses 2.
And again, he didn't have a chance. Like I said, the defensive line is in our backfield before our running backs even barely get the ball.
And Kuemper will send the punting unit on for 4th down and 4. And it just kind of felt like that could have been a promising drive for Kuemper, but
I think this is a good move here.
Absolutely.
Let's see if we can pin them back.
Gherkin punted from this situation earlier, right around the 45-yard line.
We might have to call timeout here because the play clock is running down.
I think you take the 5-yard penalty if you have to, and they will. Delay of game on Kuemper. So 4th and 9 coming up. Gherkin, we've got a flag down back at the return man also. So I wonder if maybe the referee heard, or either that or they're both throwing their flag because they were looking at the play clock. Maybe not.
I'm guessing that's what it was.
I thought, did he say something to the official back there? But yeah, I think that's just a delay of game. Both referees looking at opposite ends of the play clock here at Carroll Athletic Field, and both threw the flag.
Let's hope we get a good snap here and a good kick, get good coverage.
Ben Gherkin, he'll stand at his own 36. Sternberg awaits the punt, spiraling kick. Angles at the 20-yard line, back inside the 10 to the 5, and we've got a flag down at the 25-yard line. It rolls all the way back to the 6. Let's talk about Ben Gherkin's punts tonight.
Yeah, that was a fantastic punt. From where that flag came, it almost has to be a block in the back. I can't think what else would be called from that area. But a great punt, great situation.
Gherkin has pinned them inside the 6-yard line on his 2 punts tonight.
44-yard punt, and it's dead on the 6.
And we'll see what the official says. It will be against...
block in the back.
It will be against the Vikings, so half the distance to the goal most likely. 1st down and 10 coming from their own 3-yard line, if I remember right.
Yeah, you want to take it. I was going to say you want to take that because that's a post-possession foul. So,
yeah. If I remember right, the other nice punt that AHSTW had to start at their own 3, I think they drove the length of the field to score, didn't they?
I got a note on that here somewhere, but I believe that is what ended up happening.
And now Coach Steinkamp out talking to the official, trying to make sure that everything's squared away. I'm not sure quite what the conversation is, but the official will try to clarify. Oh, they had 12 on the field. Oh, they got a re-kick.
Oh, we get a 1st down.
Oh, there we go. Even...
Oh, okay.
Oh, so no, it shouldn't be a 1st down, though, because it was 4th and 9, right?
Yeah.
So
they said it's a 15-yard penalty.
Oh,
so
15. Yeah.
Oh. And their coach is asking for
12 men on the field?
Yeah, that's...
I'm confused. I think everybody's a little confused right now.
They called it illegal participation.
Oh, I wonder if somebody came in from the sideline while the play was in motion or something. But for the moment, Kuemper believes they've got 1st down. Instead of pinning them down at the 3-yard line, they'll
that's really interesting because...
Yeah, it's a free 1st down. They're marking it off.
The official that threw that flag was over on our sideline, not theirs. That's an interesting penalty.
Yeah,
great break for the Knights.
Absolutely.
Now we got to take advantage of it. 1st down on the 44-yard line, or excuse me, the 36-yard line.
Might have to ask Coach Steinkamp for a clarification on what exactly went on there, but that's what he was pleading his case for. He saw something. 1st down and 10, pump fake, airing it out, looking for Casper Bauer near side, double teamed. I think shared possession, interception, defense. Or will they wrestle it away for Casper Bauer? It's picked off at the 5.
Yeah, that's a big play back there by number 52 as the numbers get up. Blake Akers. Really nice play. Casper Bauer just couldn't quite get up to get that ball away. Well, we're back to exactly where we were just 30 seconds ago after the punt. Just a yard difference with a 1st down for AHSTW on their own 5-yard line. But still a good opportunity here for the Knights to make something happen on defense.
I do like the call to go for a home run ball there, but it's got to be there too, and that's...
Well, it's a good throw, but it's just great coverage. He was step for step
with
Michael.
It was one-on-one. They fought for it on the ground. Referees had to see who had more of a possession. But Kuemper, instead of, again, here's a handoff and a big stuff in the backfield. Was that Canny on the blitz to bring him down for a loss of 1 on the handoff to Sternberg?
Sanders and was it Carson?
Yeah, Canny's in there. He was the first one there.
I think it actually was Will Simons from his defensive end position.
Oh, it's that 9 and 4 again. Yep.
Great play by Will.
From the back, it looked like a 4, and then as he walked toward us, it was definitely a 9.
Yeah, it's Will Simons.
Nonetheless, a 1-yard loss. But
Big play.
Sternberg,
Let's make 2 more of them here and force them to punt.
Sternberg, again, his last 5 carries have all gone for 1 yard or minus 1 yard. Fake handoff, dump off to Baxter again, a lot of turf out ahead, but tripped up. And the tackle made probably saves a first down by Gherkin over on the far side from his cornerback position. It was 2nd and 11. He picks up 6.
We got a break there, a great tackle, but he was all alone. There was nobody out there with him. Fortunately, we were able to make the tackle before he got loose. But another big play here for both teams.
5 minutes to go, still tied at 14 here on KCIM, 1380 AM, 95.1 FM. We come to you from the Gatorade broadcast booth. Gatorade helping athletes fuel, recover, and perform, distributed by Pepsi Beverages in Carroll, along with Doug Waniger. I'm Nick Brincks. Empty backfield for AHSTW. Under pressure, has to toss it away. First down as he dives for it, caught it in the flat. And it's Baxter again with a 6-yard catch. And when they need a catch for a first down, Baxter has been the man all night.
They're just getting it just about every time. We've had a couple of stops, but we needed one there. Again, great pressure. But again, Mr. Sukup, the young quarterback, makes the big throw. Baxter comes up with the big catch and keeps them in business.
4.5 to go in the ball game. 14 all. AHSTW. They intercepted Brock Bating at their own 5-yard line here to start the drive. Handoff Sternberg, and he continues his streak of carries going for no more than a yard. This time off to the right with the tackle made. Sundrup and company in the area. 1 yard gain.
As well. It's going to be interesting to see the tackle charts when we get them, because we haven't had much on offense to go with for our player of the game. Called a lot of numbers, a lot of names. Kent Sanders been on a lot of big hits.
2nd down and 9 coming up. Play of the game so far for Kuemper tonight. The 66-yard touchdown reception for Michael Kasperbauer. Only catch of the night. 2nd and 9. Home run ball. Deep toss near side. Stride for stride. Denning the intended target, but Gherkin, if that throw was on the money, I think he has an interception. Overthrown, though, and Denning and Gherkin, neither one able to get there. 3rd and 9.
Another one of those big plays. We've talked about them several times tonight. The Knights have got to make a play here. 3rd and 9. They're a great opportunity. Let's just find Mr. Baxter and keep him short of the sticks.
3rd down and 9 from their own 17-yard line. Clock stops, 3:43 to go. Kuemper with a stop here, probably forces a punt. But again, that's been easier said than done tonight for Kuemper. 3:40 plus to go.
Maybe Mr. Deal will step up from his defensive tackle position.
Sukup under pressure, empty backfield as Sternberg is flushed out on the screen. Tackle
John
for
Antover.
a loss.
Or was that 75? Was that
Wiskus?
Wiskus, Bryce Wiskus with a great tackle. The wrestler over there, and he is down in pain. He's got something hurting, but a great play. Unfortunately, he's still on the ground.
Sets up 4th down and 12 in a punting situation, and again, the tackler down for the Knights. We'll take an injury timeout. We are tied at 14.
I think it's a cramp.
Kuemper has just forced a likely punt coming from AHSTW. We'll take a break. 3:29 to play. Kuemper, AHSTW, all knotted up. 14 apiece, back in 30.
Motor Inn of Carroll is your hometown team for all of your sales, service, parts, and collision needs all season long. From the helpful sales staff to the area's best service department, Motor Inn of Carroll has the expertise that you need to stay on the road and keep that auto investment looking good. From work to play, they have it all. Good luck to all the area teams from Motor Inn of Carroll.
Fourth down and 12. AHSTW will be forced to punt as Bryce Wiskus laid it all out to tackle Sternberg on the carry to the left side, maybe dealing with a cramp, but he's able to walk off the field under his own pressure. Good to see. We will see Sean Wittrock check in, the junior on the defensive line, although they've got the special teams out there anyway, so that doesn't matter. Canny will be back to return the punt.
Be a good time for another one of those bad snaps like we had there in the first half, but golden opportunity here now for the Kuemper Knights if they can seize the moment.
They should be able to have the ball in opponent territory as Canny stands at the 45 of the Vikings. Heller at his own 2. But again, the first punt of the season came earlier tonight for him. The snap was well over his head. Kuemper set up in the red zone to begin that possession, and now we've got a whistle. And is there a timeout or a penalty here? I think maybe the clock hadn't been reset or something, so they will reset the play clock. 3:29 to go, tied at 14. Kuemper is about to get the ball back as long as nothing shady happens. Weller stands at his own end zone to punt it away.
Let's set up for the return here.
Canny back in there. He got dinged up on the last drive. Good kick from Weller. He'll force Canny back into his own territory. At the 47, he muffs it, has to cough it up and jump on it back at the 42. Not ideal, but still good field position. 3 minutes to go, all 3 timeouts, and really in a ball game like this, just to have the football and a chance, that's what you want. Can they hang on and move down the field and take the win?
Yeah, we got to take our opportunities from the air, I think, here. We haven't been able to run the ball. We've only got 3 minutes left in the ball game. We can't really waste any downs at all. And let's put this in the hands of Brock Bading, and hopefully number 18 can do like his professional number in the guy, I can't even say his name, Peyton Manning. There we go.
First down
Peyton
and
Manning
10.
was number 18. Let's hope Brock can play like 18 Peyton Manning did.
First down, 10 to go. From their own 42, screen pass to Gherkin. We saw that same play a drive or two ago, and he'll be tackled after a 3-yard gain. Kuemper will show some quickness here as they'll... Oh, Gherkin a little slow to get up, actually.
Yeah, Gherkin got poked and brings in Braxton Benami. Gherkin going to come out to the sidelines. Braxton, a very capable receiver as well.
Second down and 7 coming for the Knights. 2:40 remaining, tied at 14.
We need to get to about the 20-yard line.
Tommy Fitzsimmons, a great leg. Did not miss an extra point all of last year. Has not had that success to start the year. Slant pass across the middle for a first down. Houseman, they opened the game with a play similar to that. It moves the chains here, and it's a 9-yard catch to the 47 in business in opponent territory.
Clock stopped right now at 2:24 as they reset the ball. But as soon as they get the change set, the clock will stop or start, and is running now with 2:20.
14 all. Kuemper with the football. They have not led in this ball game. Looking for their first and only lead. 3 receivers left. They'll screen pass out of the backfield. Pierce with a running head start, dives to the 35. First down. Knights move the football. They go for 12.
Great catch. He's got 3 balls tonight. Cason's had a nice ball game. Really nice little look-off pass there by Bading. Knights pick up the first down. They need to get about another 15 yards. 2 minutes left in the ball game.
No huddle. They'll hurry things up, but 3 timeouts, 2 minutes to go. Trips left. Bading under pressure, steps up, has to run and take the hit. No gain on the play. Will go down as a no gain play. 35-yard line, second down, 10 to go. Bading goes nowhere, and we'll see what the Knights do at the 35 of the Vikings. Braxton Benami, he'll sub out for a moment. And they'll bring up second down. Clock will continue to wind.
Minute 30. The Knights are should have plenty of time, but we do need to get a first down.
Trips to the right. You've got Houseman, Canny, Casper Bauer. Is Gherkin on the near side? He is. He's back out there. Quick pass, dumped off in the flat. Houseman
Get out of
has
bounds,
it.
Jake.
Houseman has it, gets out of bounds at the 31, picks up 4, third down and 6, stops the clock with 70 seconds to go.
Okay, we've run the ball. We went over the middle. We went to the side. Hopefully go long over the top here right now. Maybe we can catch Gherkin or somebody running down there, but I guess in this situation with a minute 10 left, we've got to get that first down first with it being third down.
I think when I did research for the Heelan game, I think Fitzsimmons' long field goal last year was right around 37 yards. So you mentioned you get to about the 20 and you're comfortably in range. 4 receivers, 3 to the left. Out of the shotgun, Bading looks and tosses, and was that intercepted off the ricochet? No, it hits the ground. I thought maybe that popped off the hands of Canny and back up into the air. That would have been disaster, but it hits the ground incomplete. And now it's fourth down.
Carson fell down as he was making his cut, so now we got a penalty against the Knights.
And the penalty will be declined.
So the Knights with 4th and 7 now, Nick. What do you do? I think we're too far out to kick it. From where we're at, that's about a 49-yard field goal, so we've got to get the first down.
You've got your offense on the field. You need 7. Where's number 6? Gherkin touchdown catch tonight. Michael Kasperbauer, a touchdown catch tonight. Again, you don't need the home run ball. You need a first down. 63 seconds to go. Tied at 14, looking to draw the defense offside. No success yet. Baiting with the hard count, looks to the sideline, and now they'll burn a timeout with 2 remaining. And now they start the clock. They're going to have to put a few more seconds back up. They errantly ran the clock. So a timeout taken. That'll give us a moment here to talk about our post-game show. We'll talk sack of the game. We'll talk motor in player of the game. We'll announce our motor in player of the game during our post-game show, and we'll post a photo of our motor in player of the game on the Carroll Broadcasting Sports Network website, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram later tonight. Motor In of Carroll is your premier Toyota, Chevy, and Buick dealership for everything from sales and service to parts and collision. And we've talked off air a couple times tonight. Nobody has really stood out as the guy to be Motor In player of the game, but you know what? You have a pretty good chance for someone right now to step up, be hero, win the game for the Kuemper Knights, and we'll see if and who that could be. 32-yard line, 4th and 7, just over a minute to go in a tie ball game. Drama here late.
I'm guessing they're going to put a blitz on Brock, so we're probably going to have to roll him out because I'm got to believe they're going to come after him and force him into something. Just the key thing here is try not to make any mistakes, and hopefully we can find. We've got some talented receivers. Hopefully one of them can get open and Brock can find him.
The pass play that I've seen work in this this distance tonight has been that little slant to Houseman over the middle. We'll see if it's there. Trips left, 1 receiver right. 4th and 7 for the Knights. Tied at 14, 62 seconds remaining. Baiting out of the shotgun, takes the snap, looks to throw. Not a whole lot of pressure. Sees room. Right side. Has the first far sideline out of bounds into the red zone.
Now we're in a position where we can kick a field goal if we need to. Tommy's definitely got the leg to kick it from there as he's got it down to the 16-yard line. But a great job by Brock Baiting of reading the defense, seeing what he had out there, sprinting up the far sideline, getting to the 16-yard line.
And he picks up his longest run of the season. None bigger. And Baiting has the Knights in the red zone with his legs. First down, 10 to go, 2 timeouts, 53 seconds. Tie ball game down to the wire here in Carroll in this Week 3 non-district closer. The Knights looking for their first win. We've got a whistle, and that was awkward from the get-go. We had guys moving early on both sides, flags down.
Yeah, and that's going to be against the Knights, and it's going to cost them 5 yards.
I think maybe a couple guys were thrown off by the snap count a little bit. They had a couple guys move early.
Yeah, all we were trying to do there was get it mainly. I mean, we were hoping to score, obviously, but the goal was to get it to the middle of the field to give Tommy a good chance of a field goal if it comes to that. That makes it a little bit difficult now backing it up to the 21. We're still going to probably run the ball to the middle of the field.
1st and 15, Baiting hands it off, a lot of room left side for a moment. They close quickly. Pierce back into the red zone, 18-yard line. So that play call tells me that Kuemper is comfortable with a Fitzsimmons field goal if needed. 2nd and 12, 2-yard pickup off to the left for Pierce. Here in the Gatorade broadcast booth, I'm Nick Brincks with Doug Waniger tonight. We've had some good games to broadcast so far this season.
I like taking one shot to the end zone. Just make sure you throw it away if you don't have what you need.
23 seconds, 2 timeouts, 2nd and 12. They'll go up the middle again. Pierce upended, but he gets to the 15. A few more yards. It'll be 3rd down and 9. And Kuemper will continue to let the clock wind. And that will bring on a timeout with 9 seconds left. So essentially, you do have the timeout. You can take one more play. I don't think you've got a lot of time to mess around and take a shot at the end zone.
Here's what I do.
That's easy, but
I bring Tommy in to kick it right now.
I think if you were going to do that, you would have taken a few more seconds off the clock before the timeout, but we'll see.
Old NFL quarterback or coach, a lot can happen, a lot can go wrong, especially in high school football.
Oh, absolutely.
The snap. At least if you have a bad snap and you got a timeout left, you can call that timeout and still kick, because even if there's a bad snap now, it's going to be at about the 22, 23-yard line. But
it would be a 32-yard field goal from the 15-yard line if they need it. 3rd down and 9. Looks like the offense will stay out there. But again, it looks like Kuemper will have the chance to maybe win it at the final horn. maybe with a field goal, unless we see some fireworks here on 3rd down and 9. But again, I think the discussion here.
What I'd do here is go under
don't
center.
Don't mess it up.
Yeah, I'd go under center and just move the ball as far as you can.
They'll send 2 receivers to each side, baiting out of the shotgun with Pierce. Quarterback keeper flagged down, and it looks like he was just trying to get to the middle of the field for a straight-on field goal. But it will be a false start against the offense, and that was exactly the opposite of what they wanted and needed there. 3rd down and 14 now. But do they put the 4 seconds back on the clock? That would, yeah, they will. 5-yard penalty, and now that pushes it back to a 37-yard field goal, and now you're right at that distance where Fitzsimmons hit his long of a year ago. You feel a little bit better about 32 than 37.
Again, in this situation, just, go under center. I really like going under center and try to get 2 or 3 if you can, and then call timeout.
1 timeout remaining for both sides.
Because if they bust through that backfield.
And they'll come out with Pierce in the backfield, baiting out of the shotgun, 2 receivers, and they'll just keep it with baiting. Gets to the middle of the field, and that will set up a 4th down and 14, 37-yard game-winning field goal opportunity for Tommy Fitzsimmons and the Kuemper Knights, with a timeout taken with about 6 seconds remaining. The Vikings do have 1 remaining, so we could see icing of the kicker. We'll see. Baiting comes off. He did his job. He got his team to the red zone. He led them down the field. And now it's up to your line, your holder, your snapper, and the right foot and the right leg of Tommy Fitzsimmons. A chance for a game winner. I don't think he has been under this kind of pressure at the end of a game in his career quite yet. So we'll see what the senior can do.
Knowing Tommy like I do, he probably welcomes this opportunity. He's had a little
trains
bit
for
of
this moment.
Yeah, he really does. He's not just the kid on the team that happens to also do the kicker. He is a kicker, and he needs this opportunity. He needs it for his confidence, but I really love the opportunity, and I feel comfortable that he's going to knock this through.
Kuemper looking for a 17-14 victory at the buzzer.
The line's got to step up. That's the real key here, is making sure this kick isn't blocked.
We saw the 2 blocks on the extra points against Heelan, and those were extra points, not 37-yarders.
Yeah, because he can't pop it up in the air like he could there, and it's going to go over anyway. He's going to have to get a good leg into this. And
so will we see a 17-14 win for Kuemper? Will we see overtime? Will we see something else? It'll be Fitzsimmons lining up Jake Hausman to hold dead center of the field. I believe Tate Barrett is the holder for the Kuemper Knights. The clock will wind. The kick is short. I don't know if it was touched or not, but it will roll out the back of the end zone, and we will either go to overtime or I guess AHSTW will have about a second to go, and I think we'll see overtime. And I'll be honest, I have never called an overtime game in my 10 years of broadcasting high school football.
Coach Steinkamp and Tate Barrett are really upset about something that happened. I don't know what it was on that play, but Tate Barrett never says anything to the officials, but something happened that he didn't like.
From their own 20-yard line, AHSTW will have 1 second. We are tied at 14. The game-winning field goal unsuccessful for the Knights. Pistol formation, and we'll see if they do anything crazy. They'll take a knee, and we go to overtime. So we take a timeout. Free football coming your way next. You're listening to KCIM, all tied up at 14.
Family
classes as a freshman here. It gets him more prepared and gets them the transition from high school to college is very nice to have that.
Smaller campus, so it's a lot easier to know where you're going. It's hard to get lost here. And there's always a smiling face to help you if you don't know where you're going.
It's really nice to be able to get college credits to maybe go further degree or just use your auto program to go into the workforce right away.
Overtime coming, and I will be 100% honest, and we might have to listen to the officials ourselves. Having never called an overtime game, I'm a little fuzzy. I'm a little fuzzy on the overtime rules for high school football. I do believe it's somewhat close to college.
We're going to have a coin flip to determine who gets first possession. I do think it's similar to what they do in college. And now they're waving the captains back. Evidently, maybe the officials are determining what steps are going to happen next.
You don't see a ton of overtime games in high school football. We will take one more break and be back with overtime. We're tied at 14. The Knights and the Vikings couldn't settle it in 48 minutes, so we play on. It's KCIM's coverage of Kuemper football. Back in 1 minute.
Hi. This is Iowa, and Avelo Bank has called Iowa home since 1870. With 17 locations across the state, we're proud to be part of your community. Right now, you can open an Avelo Bank Simply Free checking account for you or your business and get a new debit card immediately. We'll even buy your old bank's unused checks. Stop by or visit us online to see how we're making better banking available for you. Avelo Bank, member FDIC.
Being a part of a team is not only fun, it can give our students a sense of identity and help them develop long-term relationships. This is Dr. Nate Luth, Next Generation Chiropractic. Student athletes, make sure you are taking care of your body before, during, and after the game. Proper warm-ups and cool-down are vital to staying on the field or court, and having regular chiropractic appointments can help reduce the risk of injury. Stay in the game by taking care of your body. Good luck to all area student athletes this season. Let's stay healthy and have fun.
And we are back here on KCIM 1380 AM and 95.1 FM. Nick Brincks and Doug Waniger with you as we look for a little clarification on how this overtime period will work. There will be a coin toss. We do know that.
Counting on didn't give me any help on this, but it looks like the captains are going to come out. We're likely going to have a coin flip. We're going to determine who gets to get the ball first.
So I'm looking at the Iowa High School Athletic Association website, and as of at least a few years ago, to start overtime, offense will have first and goal at the 10.
Okay.
And they'll have 4 downs. And they either score or they don't. And the defense cannot score. Let's see. Kuemper will have a chance to call which end of the field do they use, as the coin toss was won by AHSTW. It looks like they will play defense to start, I would assume. So essentially, it sounds like it's a lot like college football, except you're at the 10-yard line instead of out near the 25. We'll see if that is indeed the case, if the old Google machine and the Iowa High School Athletic Association website is up to date. It looked like that was an article from a few years ago, but we do something new. We have never called an overtime football game together. I have never done one myself. So we got some free football here on KCIM 1380 AM and 95.1 FM. No scoring in that fourth quarter. Kuemper has scored the only touchdown of the second half. AHSTW did their scoring in the first and second quarters.
In this situation, I think it's nice would be best to play defense
absolutely.
First.
Yep. You get to see what you're up against.
Yep.
Can you kick a field goal to tie, or do you have free reign? Does your defense create a turnover? We'll see.
And it looks like we're going to go on offense first.
Yep. So the offense will have it, and it is the 10-yard line. First down and goal, and I'm assuming penalties will stay the same. You could get a new set of downs if there's a automatic first down of any kind, but essentially you get 4 chances at either a touchdown or a field goal, and the Knights will have it first.
Let's just put it in the end zone, and we don't have to worry about whether we kick it or...
Both teams scored touchdowns when they started this possession, or started a possession in the red zone. Baiting, pumps, tosses, has a man open, Gherkin wide open at corner of the end zone, and that one was almost identical to his first touchdown catch of the night. Gherkin's second, and the Knights go up 20 to 14 on the first play of overtime.
Two really nice plays there. One by Brock baiting a great fake and look away, and Gherkin gave a great cut, lost the guy on the corner. He was wide open here on the west side of the end zone on the north end of the field.
And now a big extra point from Tommy Fitzsimmons to give you that 7-point cushion, because your defense now will have to play defense from the 10, and Fitzsimmons is late getting on the field. Still plenty of time to go, but he was all the way down.
Yeah, now Tommy's got to get his tee down. There's only 10 seconds left.
I don't think he was expecting a one-play score to come on and have to kick the extra point. 20 to 14.
5.
High snap kick on the way. Kick looks good, and he will split the uprights. 21-14. One play is all it takes in overtime, and now the Vikings get a chance in just a moment. You're listening to KCIM, the Knights with their first lead of the night.
When it comes to sports injuries and pain, call the specialists at Suppy Chiropractic Clinic with Dr. Mike.
Midwest Wholesale is your local building products headquarters. We have everything you need for your smaller home improvements to the building of your home or commercial building. We pride ourselves on giving you top-notch service, quality products with competitive prices. So whether you're a do-it-yourselfer, a contractor, or you just need a little help on a project, Midwest Wholesale is a one-stop resource for all your building needs. Midwest Wholesale, how you want it, when you want it, where you want it.
Gherkin touchdown catch in overtime, 21-14 Knights. AHSTW gets the football next. They get a chance to tie, and they have the chance to. You can go for two. Up the middle, Sternberg has not had any running success since about the beginning of the fourth quarter. Continues to get no more than about a yard.
Bryce Wiskus with a big tackle there. Lucas Deal in it, who's come in and played a nice role on the defensive side. It's going to be second down now and 9 yards to go to get to that goal line, and they've got to score a touchdown to match the Knights. Maybe we can shake loose and get a turnover here.
Empty backfield. Receivers aplenty. Second down and 9. Pump fake. Sukup looks, tosses, tipped and caught. Nope, incomplete. I saw Kuemper cheering. I thought maybe they had a chance at the interception. I completely lost that ball in the air after the deflection somewhere. And now third down and 9. And AHSTW, they have not trailed tonight until overtime. And now it comes down to 2 more plays.
Yeah, he's threaded the needle on several of those, and he almost had that one, but fortunately it got knocked away. I think it was Canny that came in late. And a big down here for the Knights that they're going to try to get their first win of the season.
21-14. Kuemper looking to go 1-2. Trying to hand AHSTW their first loss. Third down and goal from the 9 in overtime. Quarterback keeper after the fake handoff. Strong running. It'll be 4th and goal from the 4. Sternberg was not the ball carrier. They kept it with the quarterback. Sukup takes it for 5, and now you've got 4 yards. Does the defense seal the deal, or does AHSTW create a decision to make, tie with the extra point, or go for the 2 and the win? I think you go for 2 if you're AHSTW. Their extra points haven't been super consistent this year.
Let's hope we don't get to that.
Absolutely.
Let's hope we stop them here. But Mr. Sukup, we've got to have somebody on him, and because he is
empty
very
backfield,
with the ball.
4th and goal. They get the defense to jump, but was he drawn off? Sukup with the hard count. Was it enough of a false start? No.
Yep.
Okay.
We just jumped offside, so that cost us 3 yards, 2.5 yards to the goal line.
So now it's essentially a 2-point try, or it's closer than a 2-point try. Maybe
we can't keep making those mistakes in these critical situations.
They have done that a few times tonight. So now Sukup checks in with the coach on the sideline. 21-14 Kuemper here in overtime, the first overtime. They'll be at the 2-yard line. 4th down and goal. AHSTW looking to extend the game. Sukup out of the shotgun with Sternberg. Hard count again and a timeout taken by the Vikings.
Sukup's probably going to attack the middle.
7-point lead for the Kuemper Knights in overtime. AHSTW with another chance to talk it over. And again, we have seen a few of these situations tonight where Kuemper either gives up a free first down on 4th and short, or in this situation, game on the line, 4th and goal from the 4. and now it's 4th and goal from the 2. It opens up the playbook for the Vikings big time.
It's been a long time since we've had this big a play. I mean, last year, the games we won easily. The game we lost, we got beat pretty badly. I guess we had a really tough ball game against Underwood, but I don't know that we've had a bigger play than we have this one right now. These kids need a win. They've played really, really hard against a pretty good football team tonight. We're down, battled back, got themselves in a situation now where they can hang on for a win. Let's hope somebody comes up with a big play, makes a big tackle, and stops the Vikings short of the end zone.
You go back to the Heelan game. Kuemper was essentially in a situation that AHSTW is in right now. You're knocking on the door of the goal line to win the game or extend the game. Now it's Kuemper's defense. It's up to them. Is the game over or will it continue? 21-14 Kuemper out of the huddle. Final timeout for the Vikings of AHSTW. 21-14 Kuemper out of the shotgun. Junior Camden Sukup with Luke Sternberg, the tailback. All the marbles on this play. It's Sternberg short of the goal line at the 1. Kuemper wins it 21-14 rather. Sternberg comes up short.
What
touchdown night, or game winner for the Knights on defense.
What a fantastic effort by the Kuemper Knights. They came into this ball game down their top defensive lineman, offensive lineman, quarterback, get down early, and then come back with a win like this. I couldn't be happier for this group of kids.
What a performance from the defensive line from Kuemper down the stretch in this ball game. Let's look at Luke Sternberg's numbers here for just one moment. Their go-to guy on the ground as we see the final score, 21-14. Kuemper gets the win. On his last 8 carries for Luke Sternberg tonight, minus 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard, minus 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard, 1 yard. They needed 2, and they got 1. It's over. Kuemper wins at 21-14. They stepped up big down the stretch, that defensive line for Kuemper.
And it was the entire defense, but especially that defensive line there. Lucas Deal came in, made a big difference in there, but Kobe Pierce played extremely well. Bryce Wiskus had some good plays. Just, again, all-around defensive effort for the Knights as they beat a really good football team tonight when they kind of had their backs to the wall. Like I said, got down early. They could have folded their tent right then and there. They didn't. They came together. Great win for the Knights.
Kuemper gets the victory, their first of the season, and they travel to Roland Story next Friday night. We'll have the game on Kick 106.7, and for AHSTW, they're at home. They will host Underwood as they begin 1A District 8, Kuemper in 2A District 8. That's it for this game. We've got the Mackey Motors post-game show coming up next. Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City and online at MackeyMotors.com. Big thanks to Stacy Schmidt back in studio tonight. Thanks to Travis Brincks for manning our YouTube coverage at Carroll Broadcasting Sports. Alongside Doug Waniger, I'm Nick Brincks. Post-game show next on KCIM, 3 minutes away. Kuemper wins it in overtime, 21-14.
Since 1968,
in healthcare, dedicated to improving the health of the people they serve. At St. Anthony Regional Cancer Center, you'll find the convenience of cancer and oncology consultation and treatment in one convenient location. At St. Anthony Clinic, you'll find a team of doctors and nurses that care about you and your family's health. St. Anthony Clinic is devoted to comprehensive healthcare for people of all ages. For every stage of life, always look to the cross. Always St. Anthony.
For almost 150 years, Roselle Mutual has been insuring homes, farms, and so much more in Carroll and the surrounding communities. We offer outstanding coverage whether you need it for your shiny new car, your next ATV ride in the trails, or boating day on the water, or you're looking to put better protection on your family home and farm. Roselle Mutual and Grinnell Mutual are here to provide you with expertise, exceptional service, and quality insurance for all of your needs. For commercial, farm, home, and auto insurance, give us a call today at 792-4525. Roselle Mutual, proudly insuring the area since 1876.
One of the best kept secrets in Carroll is JP Flooring. I was looking to replace the floor in a couple rooms at home. It can be super overwhelming with all of the options available. I popped by JP Flooring and was super surprised and impressed with the showroom and selection. I had no idea how extensive their product lines were. They have a designer on staff that helped me narrow down what I was looking for. When you change your floors, it changes the whole character of a room. I used their product visualizer and could literally see in advance what the styles would look like in my room. I totally recommend JP Flooring in Carroll.
Family owned and operated since 1948, Quad Auto Salvage is the area's best full-service scrap facility. Whether you are looking to sell scrap iron, vehicles, or batteries, or you need to locate that difficult-to-find part for your vehicle, they have what you need. And if it isn't in stock, they can locate it with their nationwide parts database, or you can pull it yourself at their You Pull It. Quad Auto Salvage. They sell the best and recycle the rest on Kitty Hawk Avenue in Carroll.
People want and deserve more comfort, efficiency, and reliability, both in their homes and places of work. Dries Company will be there to meet these challenges, whether we are designing a new system or servicing your existing equipment. We are a rapidly growing company that strives to meet and exceed all your expectations. No matter if you are looking to buy new appliances or need the help from one of our certified technicians, we are here for you. We pride ourselves in our installation and service. Dries Company, servicing the Carroll area since 1933.
From footings to framing to finish. For farm, home, or commercial, for more than 90 years, Wall Lake Lumber Company has been proud to help our communities grow. With 4 convenient locations and one of the largest building material inventories in the area, we are sure to be able to fill all your building needs. From project design and estimating to friendly advice, we can't wait to be part of the process for you. Wall Lake Lumber, with locations in Wall Lake, Lakeview, Odebolt, and Carroll. We're not your grandpa's lumberyard.
Telling you, that was just a great effort.
By the time we figured out what the overtime rules were, Kuemper was in the end zone with a Ben Gherkin touchdown catch, his second of the night, on a nice ball from Brock Baiting, dropped in the bucket. And like we saw on both of Gherkin's touchdown catches tonight, it was kind of the double move. The juke creates about 5 yards of separation. Easy grabs for touchdowns. Baiting puts it in good places. Their other touchdown on the night, obviously the big play of the game, the 66-yard touchdown off the ricochet for Michael Kasperbauer. So Kuemper goes.
That's the one that gave the Knights, that kind of got them to believe, hey, we can win this game.
They had a chance to win it at the end of regulation. The 37-yard field goal wasn't even close. You thought, oh boy, I hope that doesn't bring down the psyche of Kuemper going into overtime. AHSTW, 14-all. They win the toss. They elect to play defense, as you always do in that situation. And then you get burned. Gherkin, the 10-yard touchdown right off the bat, first play, and Kuemper has their only lead of the night. And then you go the other side, 4th down and goal from the 2. It all comes down to this play. Either AHSTW knocks it, puts it in the end zone, or Kuemper seals it with a win. And just the way the defense played in the second half, and really you go back to the second half of the second quarter. The last time AHSTW scored tonight was with 9 minutes to go in the first half. Kuemper's defense held them scoreless the rest of the way. I mentioned it right before we came to the post-game show, how they limited Luke Sternberg, who came in with those 5 rushing touchdowns. He does get one tonight, but they limit him to 64 yards, and on his last 8 carries of the game, right around 3 yards total. Just an incredible play from Kuemper's defense. And as we'll talk about here, defensively, we've got Kent Sanders, Carson Canny, the 2 leading tacklers tonight.
Kyle Sundrup had a big ball game tonight.
And you look at where they play on the field, a lot of Canny's tackles, they're coming on those plays where it's 3rd and 7 and they go for 8, or 3rd and 12 and they get 13, getting those tackles in the secondary. But for Kent Sanders, he's probably the one guy on that defensive side from his linebacker position that in the second half said, I am done seeing Sukup and Sternberg run over us. They did a good job containing them pretty well in the first half, but in the second half they absolutely shut them down, and Sanders was a major reason why.
He epitomized the energy and the effort that defense put forth. He was the leader out on that field tonight. He's my player of the game, I got to say it, Nick.
So we've got Sanders, he's in contention. Brock Bading throws 3 touchdown passes, 2 to Ben Gherkin, the 66-yard splash to Michael Kasperbauer. Bryce Wiskus getting the start tonight in place of, I think he was the one that started in place of Adams. Steps up, plays really well, gets dinged up a little bit himself. But just some really big performances from Kuemper. We'll officially name our Motor Inn player of the game here in just a moment. Motor Inn of Carroll, your premier Toyota, Chevy, and Buick dealership for everything from sales and service to parts and collision. And also, don't forget, you can win a sack of groceries from Market on 30 every week during the regular season this football season. Stop into Market on 30 and sign up to win the sack of the game. A winner will be announced every Tuesday morning here on KCIM with Sports Rewind between 9:30 and 10. It's the Market on 30 in the BP Plaza. It's the Mackey Motors post-game show. It'll continue here in a moment as our KCIM coverage of Kuemper football continues. The Knights have a W on the season, and it comes over a very good AHSTW team. It came down to the wire, as have 2 of their 3 games this season. The post-game show continues next on KCIM. Pandemonium here at Carroll Athletic Field.
Hello.
Oh, hell no, not again! Has the roof on your home or business been damaged by the recent hailstorm? Does your roof need looked at? Let our hail damage experts at Brincks Exteriors work for you to get you a new roof. Call 712 Roof Pro. We know the last thing you want to do is worry about your biggest investment. Hail happens, but we can fix it. Call Brincks Exteriors now for a free roof inspection. 712 Roof Pro.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Tobacco Credit Union strengthens your well-being. Build strong communities. Because when our members love life, it makes a brighter community for all. Tobacco can help you be well.
Man, could not have done it by myself.
Our post-game show continues thanks to Mackey Motors. Find new roads at Mackey Motors in Lake City and online at mackeymotors.com. Recipient of the GM Mark of Excellence Award for 15 years running. How about, let's check the numbers here quickly for Kuemper and AHSTW. It's a 21-14 win in overtime for the Kuemper Knights, their first of the season. And one thing that we can say straight up, the ground game was not the answer for the Kuemper Knights tonight. 20 carries for 36 yards. Brock Bading has a nice night passing, 16 for 23, 173 yards and 3 touchdowns, along with a couple interceptions. Both of the interceptions, though, were not turnovers that turned into points. One of them came on 4th down. The other one was a deep ball from midfield that put AHSTW at their own 5. Not great picks necessarily, but they weren't backbreakers by any means. And then in the receiving game, Michael Kasperbauer did a lot with his only catch of the night, took it 66 yards for the score. That was a toss to the right end zone off the defender's hands. It lands in his hands, and he had about a 5-yard gap to the defender, and you just could not have asked for a better deflection. 66 yards to the house. Ben Gherkin, 4 catches, 36 yards, 2 scores. Jake Hausman, 4 for 14. Kason Pierce, 3 for 32. John Bass, an 11-yard catch. Tragan Biter, a 9-yard catch. Braxton Vanami, a 3-yard catch. Carson Canny, limited in the passing game tonight. Just 1 catch for him, 2 yards. But we talk about him. He had a really nice night defensively, double-digit tackles. And again, Kent Sanders, we talked about him leading Kuemper in tackles tonight. Couple big losses for tackles as well. And you talk about really the difference in the second half was when AHSTW could not run the football anymore. Sternberg was limited in his last 8 carries to 3 or 4 yards. And you look at Sukup's numbers too. No carry went for more than 7 yards since about early in the third quarter. He started to run pretty well early in the third, but then Kuemper clamped down on him as well. Pass defense was probably Kemper's weakness tonight, but they held serve in the run game.
But they didn't give up the big one over the top. They
didn't, no. No, really the biggest pass play for them tonight was the 19-yarder on 4th down and 17 that set up a touchdown drive, but those are the numbers for Kuemper. And let's take one quick peek at AHSTW's numbers. Luke Sternberg, 22 carries, 64 yards, a touchdown. 21 carries, 71 yards, a touchdown. Both of those guys limited to under 3.5 yards per carry. And then passing the football, Camden Sukup, 14 of 20, $113, no touchdowns, no picks. All of his passes felt like they went to Caden Baxter, 8 for 78. Gavin Newcomb, 3 for 31. Zeb Hall, 1 for 5. And Luke Sternberg, a couple catches and minus yardage total for him. But let's name now our Motor Inn player of the game. Motor Inn of Carroll, your premier Toyota, Chevy, and Buick dealership for sales, service, parts, and collision. And while, yes, Kuemper scored 3 touchdowns tonight, all in the pass game, and all 3 of them.
We still don't have a running touchdown this year.
We don't. 8 passing touchdowns, no rushing touchdowns. They get 3 more here tonight. All 3 were great efforts from the receiver to get open and make plays after a deflection for Casper Bauer. But we're talking defense tonight because AHSTW, they came in averaging almost 400 yards a game. They averaged 277 ground yards, and tonight they were limited to 135, 3 yards per carry, especially in the second half. They were shut down, and they were led by the junior running back, double-digit tackles, a few for loss, but we didn't necessarily call his name on every tackle, but he was in the area. There was one tackle near midfield where he absolutely laid out the guy, and he was going to feel that one tomorrow. I know it. But Kent Sanders will agree tonight. He is our Motor Inn player of the game. Kent Sanders, what a night for him.
He was just the spirited guy out there that got everybody else playing tonight. His intensity and the way he was hitting guys, it wasn't just that he made a lot of tackles. It was the way he was hitting them. That had to bring his teammates up, and he was there, especially in that third and fourth quarter. A lot of credit to everybody. I mean, there were several guys when you look at this tackle chart. Carson Canny, like I said, with 12. Jake Earlbeck with 7. Will Simons with 4. Kyle Sundrup had a nice night with 8 tackles. Kobe Pierce had 4. Bryce Wiskus had a really nice night, filling in tonight, 8 tackles. Lucas Deal comes in and makes 3. But, again, I got to go with Kent Sanders. Just because of the way he went about making those tackles, I got to go with him as our player of the game. He was the guy that led that defense tonight.
And on a night where he only carried it 3 or 4 times, and that's about as many yards as he had as well, the opportunities weren't presenting themselves for him on offense. So he had that extra energy on defense tonight to lead the way with his 13 tackle performance and Motor Inn player of the game for Kent Sanders, the junior linebacker for the Kuemper Knights. Final thoughts from an exciting win tonight. And, man, if the first 2 games are any indication that we have called together, look out next week at Roland Story.
Well, let's hope that we can get our 2 star football players back. I mean, both D1 recruits, and they're on the sidelines. I mean, that tells you the talent that these 2 guys have in DJ and Evan. But again, we knew we were playing a good football team. We start out, give up a touchdown very early in the ball game after a fumble. Yet these kids dug deep down in their hearts, played a phenomenal defensive game, did what they had to do on offense, and end up with the victory.
I'll grab a word with Coach Steinkamp. We'll get that interview on our New Way Auto Group scoreboard show coming up. Big thanks to Stacy Schmidt back in studio. An overtime win for the Kuemper Knights this evening, 21-14. And districts next week, absolutely. You've been listening to Kuemper football on KCIM. Kuemper at Roland Story on Kick 106.7 next Friday, and AHSTW will host Underwood. Up next at 10, it's the New Way Auto Group scoreboard show with Jeff Honold and Todd Danner. For Stacy back in studio and my broadcast partner Doug Waniger, I'm Nick Brincks. So long from Carroll Athletic Field. The Knights win it in OT, 21-14. Thanks for listening, and good night.